Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum tac. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trecem prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o singură viață. De ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Ce ale, nu știu ce să aleg. Dar ce ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, De alei. Dar ce ale.
Știi, avem o singură viață și
nu știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum tac. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trecem prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o...
Hi and welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel. Sorry if I broke your ears or something like that. Yeah, finally FPL is back. Finally I can say that again. Game week 1 deadline stream. How are we? Hi Ray, thank you so much for joining. Hi Harrowsville, thank you so much guys for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. At the moment, I'm not really locked in, so yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about my team in a minute. We're still 2 hours and a half till the deadline, so yeah. Here before anyone else, thank you so much, Ray. Really appreciate it. A likes already. Thanks again, guys, for the support. Um, I changed my whole team. Gonna bench boost. Will send you my team over X. Thinking if I should bring back Rogers, considering he's gonna start coding to Emery. Rogers, a little bit of a sneak peek. He's back into my team at the moment. Now let's see how we're going to do. But yeah, at the moment. I'm still thinking. I'm not 100% locked in. I have the players, obviously, I'm really sure are going to be into my team. But yeah, 38 weeks of FPL torture starts again. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be nice. 38 weeks of torture. Sanchez, Dubravka, Aron Bissaka, Milenkovic, Van de Ven, Tarkovsky, Konsa, Salah, Njay, Brennan Johnson, Bruno Caicedo, Welbeck, Watkins, Bowen. Now I have sort of a benching headache. Now that's good for Game Week 1, obviously. Yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining here on YouTube. We're streaming live. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit to see if any more people are going to join us on YouTube. And then we're going to start the deadline. Yeah, you have pretty much of a benching headache there with Aron Bissaka, Milenkovic, Van de Ven, and Tarkovsky. Uh, to be honest with you, it's really tough which defenders to start from those. Salah, Jay, Brennan Johnson. I'm not really sure about Brennan Johnson as a peak right now. They have a lot of players. Maybe he's going to get his minutes reduced a little bit, but that's just my opinion. Bruno, Caicedo, Welbeck, Watkins, Bowen. Uh, I bench Bruno Konsa Milenkovic right now. For sure, if you're going for Bruno Fernandes, I don't think that you should bench him, to be honest with you. He's on penalties, he's on set pieces, he could get something against Arsenal, even against Arsenal. So, yeah. Okay, so my hairstyle is not staying at the moment. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to keep you updated with any news we're going to see on Twitter also in this stream. Maybe we're going to get some leaks from Liverpool, but pretty much we know how the lineup is going to be. So obviously, Gravenberch is banned for this gaming, so probably it's going to be something like McAllister, Sloboslai, and Wirtz, something like that in midfield. And in defense, usually Kerkez, Van Dijk, Konate, Frimpong, Alisson in goal. Yeah, no, not a lot of surprises from Liverpool. I'm expecting at least. Now we need to see what's going to happen. I mean, I already have Konsa and Watkins. Do I triple up on Villa by taking Rodgers? I mean, the fixtures are really good for Aston Villa. That's what it's really tempting me to put Rodgers into my team. Because, yeah, I just think that I'm targeting the fixtures pretty much. Hi, Lucas. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. How are you? Also, guys, I started a live here on TikTok, and yeah, it's the first time I'm trying to do that. But if you're watching me on TikTok, I just want to advise you to join my live stream on YouTube because it is a lot better and it's going to be a much better experience for you. I am bench boosting. I work at gaming too, so I need good 15 good players for game week 1 only. That's a really nice strategy, Ray. Hopefully it's going to work out for you. We're going to look maybe also onto your team in this stream. I just want to wait a little bit to see if we can get anything else. Please let me know how the stream is working. If you can hear me, that would be really nice. TikTok is banned in India, so can't join. Yeah, I mean, I just tried to open also a stream on TikTok on my phone to see. Okay, so I'm just going to speak a little bit in Romanian because one guy here is asking me a question. So, crezi că Malen va începe pentru Villa? Mă, nu știu ce să zic. Dacă vrei să-l ai pe Malen, e foarte ciudat să vorbesc. It's really difficult to talk in Romanian on the stream. Dacă vrei să încep cu Malen numai așa pentru primele meciuri, cred că e o opțiune ok, dar nu cred că long term e un... Oh my god, nu pot să vorbesc română. Nu cred că e o opțiune bună de viitor. Adică Aston Villa a cumpărat un nou atacant. They have Rodgers, Watkins, Malen. So pretty much nu cred că e o opțiune de viitor. Malen, dar cred că o să înceapă Game Week 1. Din ce am văzut, a jucat în pre-season, multe meciuri. Nu cred că o să înceapă din start nou atacant care l-a cumpărat Aston Villa, deci cred că în primul meci o să înceapă, dar long term nu știu ce să zic. Why would it be difficult? Do you speak Romanian, right? Yeah, I speak Romanian, but on this stream I used to talk in English, and yeah, I didn't talk too much about FPL in Romanian, to be honest with you. So yeah, it was a little bit weird. But yeah, obviously my accent is not British or something like that. So yeah. Ramsey went to Newcastle, Bailey going to Roma. Yeah, I mean, it is one thing for Malen to be nailed, but I'm not sure that he's going to play 90 minutes every gaming. So again, obviously he could do the damage in 60, 70 minutes. Yeah, Malen played in the preseason also as a striker. Now, obviously, Watkins is going to be nailed for Aston Villa. So again, they sold Ramsey, but Ramsey wasn't getting a lot of minutes in the last part of the season, at least, I think. So again, Bailey is going to go. Yeah, the thing is, I think that Malen could be a great option, obviously, in FPL, but it is a little bit of a risk there. Now, if we're guessing, we can guess that he's going to start the first gamings. Probably, if he's going to perform well, obviously, he's going to keep his place into the team. But overall, I'm just not sure about him as an FPL pick for the future. That's the only thing. Hi Zach, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good to see you here, guys. Guys, waiting for the deadline. How are you? Will you review raid squads on this live? I will try to if we have the time. Yeah, I will try to do that. If you send me your teams on Twitter, or if you don't have Twitter or X or Instagram, you can just write your teams in the chat. What about Ryan Deers? He was good in preseason. What about his minutes? I think that Ryan, this is a really interesting option at the moment for me also, and I'm still thinking about him. The thing is, Manchester City played just one friendly in this preseason, and he scored 2 goals against Parma, I think, or Palermo, or something like that. So again, he could be a nice FPL option. We know there is the Pep roulette always, so maybe he's going to be benched in some games. We don't know that. Usually with Pep, that's what's going to happen. But if you want a high risk, high reward player, probably Ryan Deers is one of them. Also, what do you think about Ryan Deers? I have a feeling that he will split a lot of minutes with Gundogan. What's your pick? Gyökeres versus Sesko in the long run. Gyökeres for sure. At the moment, at least, I think that he's going to be a better pick. He's also more expensive. So any player from Manchester City has minutes issues. Probably. I mean, Guardiol is going to be out for Game Week 1. This is the latest news we know at the moment. But usually, Haaland, obviously, Guardiol, these players are going to be a little bit more nailed than the other ones. Probably Marmoush also is going to get good minutes. Marmoush is a player I talked, I think, really little of him in this preseason, and I think that he can be a great option. So don't get me wrong, I prefer at the moment to start with Wirtz because of the certainty that he's going to get good minutes for Liverpool, but Marmoush could be even a better pick in FPL. But again, I don't want to take that risk. Now with Gundogan, I'm not sure. Now with Rodri, the latest news is that we don't know if he's going to be fit for Game Week 1, obviously, and that boosts a little bit Reindeer's minutes, but obviously that means that he's going to play a much more deeper role. So again, if you have Marmoush if you have Reindeers into your team, you want him to be forward, you want him to be in those positions where he can get those goals, those assists. Hi Seaman, thank you so much for joining. Bruno and Njae or Wirtz and Rogers. For me, it's Wirtz and Rogers, and you're going to see that on my team, but it is really close. It really depends on your preferences. Marmoush is a great shout. Yeah, Marmoush was great last season, but also because Haaland was injured, so pretty much everybody knew that he's going to play close to 90 minutes every game week, and he also played as a striker. Now probably he's going to play a little bit more deeper. Hi Rizvanelli, thank you so much for joining. You will be doing team rating on Twitter. Yeah, we can start with that obviously, and then we can move to my team. Hi Tosh, thank you so much for joining. Yo, do I go for Reinders and Murillo or Nico Williams and Njae? If you want a safe pick, just go for Njae and Nico Williams. If you want a little bit of risk and maybe a little bit of more reward, go with Reinders and Murillo. Now, if we talk about Gundogan, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, how much that's going to impact Reinders. It's because Gundogan has an age, let me just say it like that. And I think that they bought Reinders for him to play a lot of minutes now, obviously. But yeah, it is a little bit of a risk with Reinders, as I said before. With Gundogan, I'm really not sure if he's going to stay at Manchester City forever, or if there is an option for him to leave. That could also be a possibility. So let's move to here, and I'm going to move a little bit to Twitter to see your drafts. Until we have 2 hours till the deadline, we have a little bit of time to do that. And if we do this and that, yeah, you can send me your teams on Twitter. You can DM me, or you can just post your teams on any notification pretty much, and I'm going to rate them. I'm going to start with Rizwan Ali here. So we're going to see a team: Henderson, Verbruggen, the same as it was 2 or 3 days ago. Van de Ven, Aaron Bissaka, Milenkovic, really like that backline. Also Anderson and Stevie, so really decent players. Not a lot of things to say about them. Tielemans, Reinders, Mohamed Salah, Palmer, Arias. Now, what I don't really like about this draft is that you have 3 cheaper-ish midfielders, but obviously you're going full force in attack. Sesko, Gyökeres, Watkins. Now, personally, I would not go for Sesko because firstly, he's going to play against Arsenal in Game Week 1, which is the toughest fixture probably you're going to get in FPL. Also, as a Manchester United forward, I think that he's going to start for all the reasons. I think that Sesko is going to start, but probably is not going to play 90 minutes. The fixtures are not amazing for United, but again, with Gyökeres, Watkins, I think that both of them are great picks. You have also Salah, you have Palmer. Obviously, you're investing a lot of money in midfield and in the forward line, so that's why you don't have a lot of money on the other 3 players in midfield. So Tielemans, Reinders, Arias. Again, I really like Arias for the future. And Reinders and Tielemans are decent options. Again, if you don't have the money to upgrade, I think that they are decent. If you want, I don't know, maybe someone like Njae, maybe someone like Sar would be the pick I would go from here. But overall, this is a really strong draft, considering that you have three expensive forwards, and you have also Salah and Palmer. So yeah, I like that. Nico Williams or Aina. For me, it is Nico Williams. He has also a little bit of attacking threat, and he's better for defensive contributions than Ola Aina, and probably he's more nailed also. So again, for me, it's not a big dilemma. Everyone is speaking Jay, but no one is talking about Dewsbury Hall. I believe he would outscore Njay. Yeah, Dewsbury Hall is a nice option. It really depends which position he's going to play this season. That's the real problem. Hi Karim, hi Gavin, Harzenberg, hi Liam, Hamilton, hi Jeff Jones. Thank you so much guys for joining. Really appreciate it. How are we for today? Start one, Dorgu, Goodmanson, Richards. If you really need to start one, probably I would start. Yeah, I think that Richards concedes, Dorgu concedes. Maybe if you want to bet on the chances of a clean sheet, I would start Gudmundsson, Leeds against Everton. But other than that, I would go for Richards probably. But again, if you can change your defenders, you can get also a defender who has a good fixture in Game Week 1. So again, but if not, probably I would start Gudmundsson or Richards. Where can I post my team for rating, please? On Twitter, you can send me a DM or you can post on any post of mine on X. Konsa or Richards for 4.5 million bench option to rotate with youth. So West Ham are rotating decent with Crystal Palace and also with Manchester United. So with youth, I would pick Richards to rotate. Liam Hamilton. Hi Ben Green, thank you so much for joining. What are your thoughts and Poro and Van de Ven? To be honest with you, from the beginning, I was pretty much on Van de Ven as a 4.5 million option and also with a little bit of attacking threat, maybe some chances for defensive contributions. But you're going to see today, I change at the moment to Pedro Poro because obviously with the Madison injury, he's going to be on a lot of set pieces and I really want to try to attack those attacking returns, even though Pedro Poro is not going to be amazing for defensive contributions. So again, if you have the money, obviously Pedro Porro, I think that individually is a better pick than Van de Ven, obviously, but he's 1 million more expensive. So if you can, if you have the money to do that, I would just pick Pedro Porro. If not, I think then Van de Ven is a decent option for 4.5 millions. Hi Dope, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. My Twitter, you can find my Twitter in the description, right on this live stream. If you can do it, there's a link tree where you can see all my socials, but it's pretty much, wait a second, Denis_FPL. So that is my Twitter address. Okay, I'm not going to do rating for all these streams, but one who sent me, let me just, okay, so Gavin Hartzenberg, Sanchez, Dubravka, Virgil van Dijk, Nico Williams, Van de Ven, Konsa, Esteve. Really like that. With what I would do here in your place, Spurs are rotating really good with Crystal Palace. So obviously Konsa is a really nice option for Aston Villa. They have great fixtures, but again, someone like Richard, someone like Lacroix instead of Konsa could be a little bit better for defensive contributions. Obviously, Anderson, Mohamed Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Reinders, really like that midfield, and Watkins, Bowen. So I really like the Bowen pick for everyone who's picking Bowen. I think that he's really great for Game Week 1. After that, the fixtures for West Ham, from my point of view, are not amazing. But that's not really a problem. So, yeah. Yeah, overall, a really nice draft. Strong one. You have Anderson and Reinders. So, you're going to need to start both of them pretty much each game week, which is not ideal. But again, if you're going for someone like Bowen, you need to make some sacrifices somewhere, so I really understand that. Romanian football also sent me a draft here. If we can see it, Sanchez, Dubravka, Pedro Porro, Williams, Murillo. I'm not sure if I would double up on Nottingham Forest defense, but again, they were amazing last season, in the first part at least. Dewsbury Hall, Salah, and Jay Palmer, Wirtz, really like that midfield, to be honest with you. And Watkins and Joao Pedro, really looking good. Really looking good, Romanian football. I like this draft. The Kuiper also, maybe a little bit of risk with the Kuiper. Maybe he's not going to start, maybe he's not going to play every game week 90 minutes, but I really think that he's an outstanding option as an offensive fullback, obviously. Thank you so much. Thank you. I thank you so much, Gavin, for turning up into this stream. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I help you a little bit. Hi, Tackle Taken Slowly, Pickford. Hi, Zita. Hi, Harrison. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Dewsbury Hall or the Kuiper. I mean, one is a midfielder, one is a... to start this gaming, you're asking me. Uh, Probably I would just start Dewsbury Hall. To be honest with you, playing against Leeds, yeah, I think that I would start Dewsbury Hall in that case. Okay, I'm going to try to rate these teams real fast because I want to show you also my team, guys. Now, for FPL Dope, Sanchez, Dubravka, again, like for everyone, really nice combination. Also, guys, on TikTok, if you can join the live stream on YouTube, I'm not going to be paying a lot of attention on Twitter, so thank you so much, and sorry if Joel Big J, Van de Ven plus Nico Williams or Romero plus Diouf. I have Cells in goal. Van de Ven and Nico Williams I would go. So for FPL Dope, Sanchez, Nico Williams, Pedro Porro, Anderson, really nice. Konsa also, Wirtz, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, Dewsbury Hall, Watkins, Haaland, and Fulkrug. Now I really like these teams. This team, I think that is really balanced. Now obviously you're not going for a 4.5 million forward in Guyu. You're going pretty much for Dewsbury Hall as a backup option if you're going to need him. Overall, really nice. Anderson is really good for defensive contributions. Okay, so FPL Dove, Gavin. Sorry, guys, if I am not reading all the comments. I get a lot of team requests here. So from Ethan, the last one, Sanchez, Green. I would go for Dubravka here instead of Green. Diouf, Pedro Porro, Frimpong, Richards, Esteve, Mohamed Salah, Palmer, Reinders, Wirtz, and Jae. Really like this midfield. A really strong one. Watkins, Joao Pedro, Krupi. Again, Krupi and Guyu, depends on your preferences, are the two probably 4.5 million strikers who are going to be decent for this season. Now obviously we don't know what's going to happen with them. We don't know how many minutes they're going to get. So yeah, really strong. With Frimpong, I really like that option. Obviously a little bit risky after Bradley is going to be back. But now we're going to move a little bit to my team, and I'm going to try to answer also the teams in the comments here because probably I missed a lot and I'm really sorry, guys. I'm going to try to come back to them right now. Emery, thank you so much for joining. Merang, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciated. Hi, Canon Fodder, thank you so much. Happy FPL Day to everyone. Been a while, yes. So I'm going to start with Harrison. Maher, thoughts on Rice? Will be more attacking with Zubimendi on set pieces and will get lots of defensive contributions. Now, surprisingly, Rice wasn't amazing for defensive contributions in the last season. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that he's going to be bad this season. I think that he's a nice option because he's on set pieces, but again, someone like Anderson from Nottingham Forest is much better for defensive contribution and he's a little bit cheaper. So yeah, with Zita, Sanchez, Frimpong, Williams, Konsa, Van de Ven, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Reinders, Joao Pedro, Watkins. Really like the team. Frimpong, a really spicy pick. Wirtz, Reinders, Joao Pedro, Watkins. Yeah, really nice. As you can see from the screen, I have these players also at the moment in my team. Lucas, Dewsbury Hall or the Kuiper, I answered this okay. Hi Dennis, just got back from work. What's up? Ibrahim Alaili, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Also, guys, please consider leaving a like. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would really help me, and I really appreciate it. Good. Slowly Pickford. How risky is no Salah? I mean, it is a little bit risky because his ownership is huge at the moment. He's not the most owned player in FPL, surprisingly. But again, if he's going to score a lot of goals, you have the possibility to drop the ranks a little bit. Now, obviously, he's a 14.5 million player, so you're expecting Mohamed Salah to score a lot of goals. That's not the problem. The problem is if your other players you're going to buy instead of Salah are going to match him or even outscore him. So that's how you should put the problem. For an example, if going without Mohamed Salah is going to make you able to have someone like Wirtz, Bruno Fernandes, Watkins, Gyökeres, again, could be decent. But it is a risk and I'm not ready to take it. Check my team last, I can't wait. Yeah, you DM me first, but I didn't saw your team. Sorry, Ray. Okay. Okay, I found it. Okay, I can't I can't show it on screen because it is really large, but again, it is a bench boost team. I'm going to read it. Sanchez, Areola, really nice. I'm not sure. Are you really sure Areola is going to start? They have a new goalkeeper. And again, probably Areola is just going to start first game week. So yeah, Konsa, Virgil, Murillo, Van de Ven, Aaron Bissaka, Baleba, Palmer, Jair, Salah, Anderson, Watkins, Welbeck, Joao Pedro. Yeah, for first game week, for a bench boost game week 1, it is pretty decent. I would go probably for someone like Dewsbury Hall instead of Baleba. Try to catch the upside a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I really like your team. Maybe instead of Konsa, I would go for another, I don't know, someone like, not Van de Ven because you already have him, someone like Diouf. So yeah, to triple up on West Ham if you're going to wildcard in game week 2. That's what I would do probably. No worries. Hi Jabati, thank you so much for joining. 16 people, really appreciate it, guys. It is okay if I captain Palmer over Salah. You can captain whichever player you want. Now again, at the moment Palmer is the most owned player in FPL. I again forgot to put the countdown here. So now we're almost 2 hours till the deadline. You can see it also on screen. So it is okay to captain whichever player you want. Palmer is the highest owned player at the moment, but probably the highest captain player in Game Week 1 is going to be still Mohamed Salah. That is my expectation at least. So if it's going to backfire and Palmer is not going to match him, it is going to be a little bit of a risk of dropping ranks a little bit. But again, Palmer, it is a decent captaincy option. Now again, if you ask me who I think is the best captaincy option for Game Week 1, I would say Mohamed Salah, because I think that Crystal Palace are a better team at the moment than Bournemouth, defensively at least. And yeah, it's at Anfield. Mohamed Salah is great usually in Game Week 1. So again, but it's not bad. Hey Dennis, how are you? Really excited for the new season. Rishab, thank you so much for joining. Also, I'm excited. Going without Salah and Haaland, good luck to you. Frimpong really feels like a winger playing wing back. Yeah, I mean, Frimpong probably is going to play also as a right winger when Mohamed Salah is going to be going to African Cup of Nations. So it's going to be really interesting then. Sorry guys, just a second. I started also stream on TikTok for the first time, but I'm not really paying attention. So guys, if you Madara here, Abzino 007, if you're following here, I advise you to join me on my live on YouTube, because on Twitter, on TikTok, I'm just not going to be able to be here. So again, Pedro or Bowen for Game Week 1. I would say Bowen is the better pick for Game Week 1. Why is Rogers yellow? He's fit to play. Yeah, we got the news just today. He was a little bit of a doubt going into Game Week 1, but right now he was declared fit by Unai Emery, so I suspect that he's going to start. So yeah. My team: Sanchez, Murillo, Enuri, Porro, Wirtz, Bruno, Saka, Palmer, and Jay Watkins, João Pedro, bench Dubravka, Renildo, De Kuiper, Mark Guyu. Yeah, I really like your picks. You're going also with Saka. Yeah, Wirtz, Bruno, Saka, Palmer, and Jae. Enuri, Porro. Really like your team. As a team without Haaland and without Mohamed Salah, I think that it is nice. Obviously, you can pretty much afford anyone if you're going without either of them. So yeah, good luck to you. Obviously, it is a little bit of a risk, but hopefully it's going to work for you. Can't wait for another 9 months on weekly stress on top of all life stress. Wouldn't change it for a thing. Yeah, yeah, here we are. FPL is a big part of our life. To be honest with you, I try to not stress too much, but as close as we get to the deadline, probably I'm going to make some changes to my team. So the stress is going to get to me soon. Pedro or Bon for Game Week 1, I would go for Pedro. Now, let me just look a little bit at my team. So what I changed here, obviously, as you can see, I don't have Van Dijk at the moment. Now, again, I'm not sure if that's how my team is going to be till the deadline, but again, the fixtures for Liverpool defensively are not amazing. To be honest with you, on Game Week 2 and 3, now obviously Game Week 4 and 1 are great with Bournemouth and Burnley in Game Week 4. Yeah, what that makes me able to do is to have also Rogers here and João Pedro in attack. If I go for Van Dijk, I will have instead of Rogers someone like Njae, and instead of João Pedro someone like Strand Larsen, which is not bad to be honest with you. But again, I really want to target the fixtures at the moment, and the fixtures for Aston Villa are amazing to start the season with. So yeah, I'm thinking about going without Van Dijk. Again, also I changed Van de Ven to Pedro Porro as my most expensive defender, and I think that I have also 0.5 millions in the bank with this. Yeah, I have 0.5 millions in the bank still, so I could even change Nico Williams to someone like Milenkovic here, or again someone like Pedro Porro to Van de Ven or to Van Dijk. And Richards to Van de Ven. So I have a lot of options at the moment. There are a lot of good defensive options at the moment at 4.5 millions. I find this the most difficult part of making a draft, the defenders, and also obviously that cheap midfielder. At the moment, as you can see, I have Reinders. I had Njae and Sar in my team selection video, as you saw yesterday. FPL is like our second wife, full of tension, but we love it. Yeah. Hi, Abid Bazid. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Shall I get Bowen or Watkins? I think that Watkins is overall a better pick than Bowen. Now, obviously, he's a little bit more expensive. So if you have the cash, I would just go for Watkins. The fixtures are better for Aston Villa. And that's what I would do, at least. Ederson and Savinho will not play this week. Yeah, okay. Still, I would not go for someone like Trafford as your Manchester City goalkeeper. There is a chance they're also going to sign Donnarumma, so I would just not mess up with any goalkeepers from Manchester City at the moment. To be honest, I advise you to just avoid them. And with Savinho, again, I didn't thought a second about him as an FPL option, to be honest with you, from where the game has launched, because also he is linked to a move to Tottenham. So we need to see where he's going to end up. Start Konsa or Anderson. I would start Anderson in that regard. Although I thought a little bit about this morning that Konsa is going to play against Newcastle, who are usually a really good attacking side. Now, obviously, they're going to be without Isak this game week, and obviously that's a huge loss in their attack. But still, uh, again, I would start Anderson for the defensive contributions and also for having a little bit of an easier fixture than Aston Villa, I would say. Uh, so that's I would do. Though I already tag you a Twitter. Uh, yeah, Emery, I just see that you send me your team now. Sorry, I'm just not going to show your team on screen. I'm going to rate it, but again, if I'm going to rate everyone's teams on Twitter, I'm just not going to have enough time to think about also on my team. So it would be fair for everyone to just rate their teams in YouTube. So again, not to worry. Probably maybe we're going to have also some time to show your team also on screen. On this stream, but I'm just going to read it at the moment. Hope you don't mind too much. Sels, Kelleher, Van de Ven, Aaron Bissaka, De Kuiper, Alex Moreno. I would not go, I think, for Alex Moreno because of the uncertainty. You have 4 million defenders. I think that it is a little bit of a risk because that blocks you a little bit. You can play just Van de Ven, Wan Bissaka and De Kuiper every game week, and if one of them is somehow not going to be able to play, that's going to be a big problem for you. Palmer, Salah, Njay, Wirtz, Ramsey. I like your midfield. Ramsey, I'm not so sure about him, but again, you have Joao Pedro, Watkins, and Bowen in your attack, which are three really good forwards I like. So yeah, overall, I really like your team. I just think that you should have at least one more 4.5 million defender. Someone like Konsa, someone like Dorgu, someone like Richards from Crystal Palace. And then you can just swap Kelleher to Dubravka and upgrade Alex Moreno. That's what I would do, and maybe have someone like Esteve, Gudmundsson instead of whoever, because whoever from Wolverhampton probably is not going to get good minutes. They just sign another defender, if I'm not wrong. Hello Dennis, meet again, new season. Crystal27, thank you so much for joining, really appreciate it. 17 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Leave a like on this stream, subscribe if you're new around here, and if you enjoy this content, obviously. Adam Ferex, thanks a lot for joining, really appreciate it. Good to see you, Adam. Also Abzino, also Ray. Don't worry, I think for your team. Yeah, Ray, please think about my team and please let me know what should I change, because at the moment I don't have the time to think about my team. I tried to shall I get Bowen or Watkins? Watkins is a better pick. Just a second, guys. All right. Bowen or Watkins? Again, Watkins is the much better pick, obviously, than Bowen. The fixtures are better for Aston Villa. He is a much better pick, but he's more expensive with 1 million. So if you have the cash, I would just go Watkins, but Bowen is not such a bad pick, obviously. For Game Week 1, again, I prefer Bowen, but overall, for the future, I prefer Watkins. Hello, Dennis. Hope you have a good season. Thank you so much, Adam Fekets. Which one would you start, Dewsbury Hall or Reindeers? Now that's a really tough question. I went Haaland over Salah, but the team is similar. Thank you and good luck. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it, Adam. Now again, if I think a little bit about Dewsbury Hall and Reindeers, I think that both of them are going to start. If you ask me which one of them I think is more guaranteed to start, would be Dewsbury Hall. But again, I think that I would start Dewsbury Hall, but I just don't want to. Please just don't make this decision based on my comments. It is really tough. Maybe it's a little bit crazy, but I think that Dewsbury Hall is going to play against Leeds, a newly promoted side, and he could play as a number 8 or as a number 10. And with Reindeers, we just don't know how his minutes are going to look like. And it is a little bit of more risk. Now, obviously, if you want to take a risk, if you want to catch the higher upside, just go for Reindeers. Hi, Joshua. Really, thank you so much for joining. Ibrahim, will Rogers play 100%? Now, I can't guarantee you that he's going to play 100%, but what can I say is that Unai Emery said that he's fit to play, so usually when Rogers is fit to play and he's training, he starts and pretty much plays 90 minutes every gaming. That's how he was last season at least. Now again, what's going to happen this season, in this gaming, I'm not so sure. Hi the GOAT, thank you so much for joining. Start Guyu or Chris Richards, what do you reckon? I don't think that Guyu is going to start, or Guy. I don't think that he's going to start for Sunderland, so I would just start Richard in that case. If you have to pick between one of them. If I don't have Salah, should I pick Gakpo or Ekitike? I don't think that Ekitike could be a great option short term, but if they're going to sign Isak, I just don't think that Ekitike is a viable FPL option. Yes, he could play on the left, but how often we're going to see him playing as a left winger? Probably not so much. So I would try to avoid. Dennis, I miss you, bro. Thank you so much, GOAT, for joining. Really appreciate it, and really good to see you guys here on the stream. Why Nico Williams? Why not Eina Milenkovic? I think that Nico Williams is a better pick than Ola Eina. Attacking wise and defensive wise, he's going to get more defensive contributions, or at least he got more defensive contributions last season. Now, I have 0.5 million, as you can see, so I'm tempted to upgrade to someone like Milenkovic. But Nico Williams, I think that he's a great value player, that pick. At that price point, Mitoma, Sarr or Kudus, and Tielemans or Ruter. So Mitoma, Sarr or Kudus, Tielemans, Kudus, Ruter. Mitoma, Sarr is the safer pick, I would say. Kudus and Ruter is the more spicier pick and more differential pair. I would go for Mitoma Sarr, I think. Hi Tation, Ramsami, thank you so much for joining the stream. Would you double up on Spurs defense? I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm expecting Spurs to improve, but they were so bad last season. I don't personally, I don't think that I would double up, but also I would not double up also Nottingham Forest defense, which they were great in the first part of the season. So again, I'm not doubling up on any defense at the moment. That's just my opinion. Wirtz or Gakpo, I believe, to save up money. Gakpo is also quite attacking. Yeah, I mean, obviously Gakpo is 1 million cheaper, so I think that he's a good option. Again, with Wirtz, you know that he's going to play close to 90 minutes every game. With Gakpo, at the moment they don't have a lot of options to play instead of Gakpo, but if Liverpool are going to sign Isak, as he's speculating at the moment, yeah, for the first few gamings of the season, I think that Gakpo is a great pick, so I don't want to put anyone off. I think that he's the first left winger for Liverpool. Again, if you want to save cash, Gakpo instead of Wirtz could be a nice option. He's more likely going to get you more goals than Wirtz, so that's the most important thing. Banta Boss FC, thank you so much for joining. Rogers, Emporo or Sarr and Virgil van Dijk. Rogers and Pedro Porro, I think, but that's because I have them in my team at the moment. So again, that's just my opinion. Banta, What about Welbeck? Is it okay to pick Welbeck? I think that yes, he was in my drafts in the start where when the game launched. Obviously, now they played also some preseason games where someone like Jorginho Rutter, as someone said before, played also the number 9. So although João Pedro transferred to Chelsea, Welbeck again, if he's going to start, he's going to be on penalties, so that's good. I just would go for someone like Strand Larsen because I think that he's more safer for minutes at the moment, at least. Uh, Welbeck, I don't think that he's going to play 90 minutes every game week. I think that it is a little bit of a risk. But again, for game week 1, he's perfectly fine, I think. Who did you choose as your captain for the first week of FPL? My captain is going to be Mohamed Salah. So yeah, let's just not hide too much. My captain is going to be Salah and probably is going to say the same. This is how my team currently is. Now I'm still thinking about making some changes here and there. Hey Dennis, what do you think of this? Sales, Dubravka, Poro, Munoz. I like your defense. Salah, Gakpo, Jair, Rutter, Sar. With Rutter again, as for Welbeck, it is a little bit of a risk, I think. If he's going to play, then he's an amazing differential and an amazing pick. I think that he's 6 millions or something like that. He could play also the number 9. Maybe he could be on penalties if Welbeck is not going to be on the pitch. But it is a little bit of a risk there. Haaland, Mateta, Guyu, or Guy. Yeah, I like your team. Not a lot of things I would change. Maybe you don't have players from Chelsea. You don't have Palmer, you don't have Sanchez. But again, it really depends how you feel about this. I confirm my team. Can I transfer a player? Yeah, before Game Week 1 deadline. So for 1 hour and 40 minutes, you can still make transfers. You can make how many transfers you want. So that's not a problem. Van Dijk or Frimpong. If you want to go safe, enter channel name. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Just go Van Dijk. If you want a player who has more upside, just go Frimpong because he's basically really attacking. Obviously, everybody knows that he's playing basically as a right winger for Liverpool. So yeah, if you want to take a little bit of a risk, go with Frimpong. If not, just pick Van Dijk. At the moment, Bradley is not fit, so probably for the first few game weeks, Frimpong is fine. But after Bradley is going to be back, probably we're going to see some minutes reduction from Frimpong. Wirtz to Gakpo and use that funds elsewhere. Oh no, I'm just going to go with Wirtz. If you can see it, guys. Yeah, so yeah, I ordered this t-shirt and I just think that I need to start with Wirtz for Game Week 1, so yeah. Hi Dennis, Haaland or Salah captain? I would captain Mohamed Salah, but Haaland is a perfectly fine option too. What do you think about Marmoush? I think that Marmoush is a really nice option, and sadly I didn't discuss too much about him in all my preseason videos, but yeah, the fixtures are better for Manchester City than are for Liverpool. Marmoush is more likely to get you goals than someone like Wirtz. But it's Pep Guardiola, it's Manchester City. He could get some benching, some random benchings maybe. Now, I expect him to play pretty much all the games for Manchester City. So if you don't mind having Marmoush, if you're going to pick Marmoush, you just need to keep him into your team. So if he's going to be benched in game week 2 or something like that, you just need to not rage transfer him out or something like that, because that's what you do with Manchester City players. Now, obviously, if you're going for someone like Cherki, for someone like Reinders, for someone like Marmoush, you need to accept that there is that possibility for them to be benched at some point. High potential difference. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Hello, Dennis. I currently own 5.5 million midfield players, Reinders and Anderson and Strand Larsen, but I'm considering Marguyu and upgrading the mids. All the pros and cons. I mean, yeah, having if you have 5.5 million midfielders, I suppose you have also 3 strikers. You're most likely playing every game, right? So it's not a problem because you can change between those two. But if you want to downgrade one of your strikers to a 4.5 million striker like Guyu, you're going to upgrade one of your midfielders to someone like Sar, to someone like Rogers, but it's not such a big difference. You're still basically playing every game with 5.5 million midfielder. So yeah, I wanted to take Diogo Jota for this season FPL before the incident. Yeah, really sad still about the Diogo Jota incident. But yeah, honestly, I don't have the words to say about it, to say a lot of things about it, about this. Yeah, it was really sad news, tragic, and yeah, hopefully, yeah, we're going to remember Diogo Jota. That's for sure going to happen, and I'm going to remember. My name last season in my of my FPL team was Jota the Slota, if you remember. I tried to have the same name this season in his memory, but they didn't let me, obviously, because of other reasons, I guess. So yeah, really sad news. Would you start Diouf or De Kuiper? I would start Diouf, I think, because he has a better fixture in Game Week 1. Now again, if we think a little bit about my team, uh, the players who are locked into my team are Sanchez Dubravka, Nico Williams, let's say Pedro Porro at the moment, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to start with him. Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, these players are locked in, and Watkins also, and probably Guyu, because yeah. Now with Joao Pedro, Reinders, Rogers, Aaron Bissaka, and Richards pretty much is also locked in. I could upgrade him to someone like Lacroix again. I think that he's better for defensive contributions, but yeah. What I can do here is to have someone like Strand Larsen and upgrade Reinders to someone like Sar or someone like Njae. That's what I can do. Obviously, I can upgrade Pedro Porro to Van Dijk and sell Aaron Bissaka to Van de Ven. That's also an option. Now, please let me know, guys, what do you think? And also about the cheap midfielders, I'm fully convinced at the moment I'm not going to go for Anderson because he wasn't in my drafts a lot of the times, and now Nottingham Forest just signed two midfielders. Now that doesn't really mean that Anderson is suddenly not going to get the same minutes. I think that he's going to get the minutes. I think that he's going to start, but again, that just creates more space for him to not play every gaming pretty much. So McAtee from Manchester City is going to go to Nottingham Forest, and they signed also another midfielder. So for these cheap midfielders, I pretty much need to decide between Reinders, Dewsbury Hall, and yeah, if I want to upgrade also them to someone like Sar or Njay, this is pretty much my dilemma at the moment. With my defense, I'm pretty happy because Aaron Bissaka rotates well with Richards, and Pedro Porro, Nico Williams or Milenkovic, I'm pretty happy to play every gaming, so that's not a big problem. Yeah, my vice captaincy is going to be on Palmer for sure. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Mohamed Salah probably is going to start, but yeah, my vice captain is going to be Palmer. Hi mate, hope you are doing well. Hi Ork-san, thank you so much for joining, really appreciate it. 19 likes guys, let's try to get to 20, and also hit that subscribe button if you're new around here and if you enjoy this content. What about Rice? Yeah, Ken, what about Rice? I'm not having him into my team. I think that there are better options, also cheaper than Rice, but again, he could be a decent one. I wanted to take Diogo Jota. Okay, hi mate, hope you're doing well. Why not talking about Ekitike? Ekitike plus Joao Pedro plus Gyökeres is good. Mids, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Reinders. I saw a lot of drafts with Ekitike, to be honest with you. The fixtures are not great for Liverpool, and the main reason I'm not going personally for Ekitike is because I think that Isak is going to be a Liverpool player at some point, and when that's going to happen, it's going to be a problem for you in your FPL team, because he's not going to get all the minutes, obviously. If Isak is going to sign, he's going to be the main number 9 for Liverpool, so that's the only problem for me. in the first few game weeks, I think that he is fine, but it's just a transfer waiting to happen from my point of view. Liverpool fixtures not really good for defense, but it's Liverpool, so Van Dijk can be an option. Yeah, Van Dijk was pretty much in all my drafts, but again, going without Van Dijk helps me buy someone like Rodgers and also someone like João Pedro. I'm not fully convinced. I want to start with João Pedro. I think that he's a good option. I mean, the fixtures are the thing that are swaying me towards João Pedro. I don't think that he's going to get 90 minutes every game week. I'm not so sure how many minutes he's going to get, but if something wrong is going to happen, I can always just transfer João Pedro to someone like Strand Larsen when he's going to get better fixtures. So again, please, can you rate my team? Enter channel name. Yeah, for sure. Sanchez, Williams, Van de Ven, Frimpong, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Rogers, Jorginho, Watkins, João Pedro, Dubravka, Rodon, Esteve, Guyu. I really like your team. Enter channel name. Not a lot of players I don't like. Obviously, Frimpong, as I said before, a little bit more risky than Van Dijk, but he's fine for the first game weeks. Jorginho Rutter, a really nice differential. If you want to go a little bit different, he's fine. But don't you need to expect him to be benched at some point or to get reduced minutes. So he's not going to play 90 minutes every game, I can assure you that, but he's a nice option. And Watkins, João Pedro, really nice. Should I pick Enury or Gvardiol? Which one will play as a wingback? Gvardiol is not going to play in game week 1. So that's the latest news we knew. Gvardiol didn't travel with the team, so he's not going to play in game week 1. So guys, don't pick Gvardiol. Now if you want to go for Enury, I think that mostly he's going to play as a left back. I'm not sure if he's going to play as a wing back in Pep's system, but again, Enury for sure is the better pick for game week 1. Hi Dexter, thank you so much for joining. Hi Rory, hi I don't know. Thanks so much guys for joining the stream. Rate my team: Verbruggen, Dubravka, Aaron Bissaka, Konsa, Van de Ven, Dorgu. Really nice. I like the rotation with Dorgu and Aaron Bissaka. Reynildo, Salah, Palmer, Jay, Ramsey, Miley, Haaland. I don't really like those picks in midfield because you have a lot of cheap midfielders. So Ramsey and Miley, I'm not so sure about their minutes. I'm not so sure how many games you're going to be able to rely on them. That's the only problem. Haaland, Pedro and Mateta, I like those strikers. Want to go heavy attack, heavy midfield, light defense. And Wan-Bissaka should give def points. Yeah, he's not a monster of defensive contributions or something like that, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but he's a good one. Salah is going to score 1 goal for sure. Hopefully, considering defensive contributions, Xhaka could be an underrated shout. Yeah, I talked a little bit about Xhaka. As a 5 million midfielder, he's going to be decent. Again, not so exciting of a pick, but again, I expect him to be really good at that price. What's a look in the defense? I have Pedro, Porro, Frimpong, Konsa, Anderson, and Esteve. I like your defense. With Anderson, I'm not really sure which defenders are rotating really well. Maybe someone like Agbadu from Wolverhampton are rotating better with Anderson than Konsa. But again, Konsa has good fixtures, so I like your defense. You have some defensive contribution players there, Anderson, Konsa, and also some really attacking defenders like Frimpong and Pedro Porro. So overall, really nice. Guardiol is injured, so Enury. Yeah, Guardiol is injured, guys. It's been so long. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I made some streams in this summer, in this preseason, and a lot of videos, but we are finally back, and we are almost 1 hour and a half till the deadline. Thanks a lot for joining. Really happy to see you. I'm sticking with Fernandes and changing Jaya to Rogers and Murillo to Williams. Or should I downgrade Polo instead of Murillo? Thanks. I think that Murillo and Milenkovic are the best picks from Nottingham Forest defense, that's for sure. So Njaya to Rogers. Yeah, I think that I would start with Pedro Porro, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. That's what I would do. But again, Porro and Murillo, both of them are good options and really close to each other. Thoughts on my team? Sanchez, Diouf, Williams, Porro, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, Watkins, and Fulcru, Dubravka, Guyu, Richards, Esteve. Hi Bankai, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciated. Uh, Bankai. Williams, Poro. So Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Bruno, really nice. Reinders, Watkins, and Fulkrug. Again, a really nice team. Now, Fulkrug is a nice option. At 6 millions, I don't think that you have any other better strikers. Dubravka, Guyu, Richard, Esteve. So a really solid team. Not a lot to say about it. I don't know because I don't really know. Your team is really nice. It really depends which midfielder you want to have. But overall, it's really strong. You have Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, and Bruno. You need to make some sacrifices, so that's why you have Fulkrug. Ayo, Bleach fan, nice. Same here also. I did not follow FPL through the summer. Can you please explain what is this defensive contributions thing? Yeah, so now basically we have a lot of new rules. One rule is that before the African Cup of Nation, everyone is going to get 5 free transfers. So it doesn't really matter if you have 1, 2, 3, or 4. You're going to have 5 free transfers. And now with the defensive contribution metric, call CBIT, clearances, blocks, interceptions, tackles, all the defenders are going to be rewarded with points. Basically, I'm going to try to explain it to be more easier to you. So all the players can get to a maximum 2 points, 2 bonus points, let's say. It is capped 2 points, so you can get more than 2. If basically they are going to get more than 10 defensive contributions. So overall, if they're going to get 10 interceptions, that defender is going to get bonus points. So pretty much that's it. Other rule changes is that we have 2 sets of chips. So we have 2 wildcards, 2 bench boosts, 2 free hits, and you need to use them in the first part of the season and in the second part of the season. So pretty much that's it. Larsen and Wirtz or Pedro and Gakpo. I think Larsen and Wirtz is the pair I would pick, but again, both of them are nice. Saka for Palmer. I think that Palmer is a better pick for instead of Bukayo Saka, if that's what you're asking me. Rate my team, please. 352. Sanchez, Poro, Frimpong, Konsa, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Sar, and Reinders, Watkins, Pedro, and bench Dubravka, Esteve, Anderson, Guyu. Yeah, I really like your team. You have also Konsa, Anderson, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Sar, and Reinders. Yeah, I really like your picks. Not a lot of things to say about it. I think that Sar is a great option at 6.5 millions, and he is also a little bit overlooked, so he's going to be a differential. Now, in Game Week 1 against Chelsea is not amazing, but after that the fixtures get better a little bit for Crystal Palace, and with Watkins, Raw, Pedro, yeah, really like that. Thinking of Nico Williams, don't know who to drop to though Konsa or Anderson. Uh, I think that Konsa maybe. Anderson is definitely going to be better for defensive contributions. Hello Dennis, talk about the Rogers pick. Thank you. Hi Hashir Akhtar, thank you so much for joining. I mean, we till now we didn't know if Rogers is going to be available for uh, Game Week 1. Now today we got this info that he's available and probably is going to start. So I'm still not sure how my midfield is going to look like. Salah, Palmer, and Wirtz are locked in. Reinders and Rogers, I need to think about them because they could easily be someone like Dewsbury Hall, someone like Sar, someone like Njae. Pretty much why I'm picking Rogers at the moment is because of the fixtures. They are great for Aston Villa. Not in Game Week 1 necessarily, but after that the fixtures are really good for Aston Villa. So I'm trying to target the fixtures. Now I'm trying to also see if there are any more news. And also Nottingham Forest guys are linked to midfielders like Douglas Luiz also, so that's a reason why I'm not really interested in someone like Anderson at the moment. I think that he's going to get good minutes, but again, I'm not sure if he's going to play 90 minutes every gaming, so that's the only problem. Dewsbury Hall is also a player I'm really tempted to have at the moment. And yeah, I really need to see where I'm going to end up. Honestly, guys, in Game Week 1, a lot of things could change. Hey bro, hi Christian Nikolov, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated. I've been changing last hour or so between Sar and Rogers. Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, if you saw my team selection video yesterday, you know that I had Sar and Njae, and I had also Strand Larsen and Van Dijk. So I this morning I changed a little bit. So again, the panic is going to come, the fear of missing out is going to come real soon. What are the alternatives? The alternatives to someone like Rogers, the players I really like are Njae, which in Game Week 1 is going to play against Leeds, and he's also on penalties. Sar, I think that he's a really good option at 6.5 million. Someone like Semenyo could be nice, but again, he's playing against Liverpool. Not a lot of people are picking him. Uh, and yeah, not a lot of options depending on which price you're looking at. Someone like Reinders, someone like Anderson, someone like Dewsbury Hall, someone like Arias from Wolverhampton could be a really nice option. Who's best for a defender to get, Williams or Murillo? Now, funny Rory, I think that if I'm going to have a 5.5 million defender from Nottingham Forest, is going to be Milenkovic because he's just a beast from the set pieces, and I really like his attacking threat. So personally, I would go for Milenkovic. The best one for defensive contributions is Murillo. Murillo and Milenkovic, I think that both of them are better than Nico Williams individually if we separate them. Now, obviously, Nico Williams is cheaper than both of them, so that really means a lot when making your team. Should I drop Frimpong and Konsa for Williams and Konsa? I don't know. I mean, if you need that 0.5 millions desperately, then yeah, you should drop Frimpong to Williams. But again, if you don't need that cash, Frimpong is a nice option for the first few game weeks of the season. But after Bradley is going to be fit, just be prepared for Frimpong to lose some minutes and maybe even be bench in some games. Bankai, I've got 11.5 millions for one defender and mid. What combo? Nico Williams, Tarkovsky, any 4.5 and Tillemans, Rogers, Mitoma. So you want Rogers, right? Let's just say Rogers. I think that he's the best midfielder from that list, which is 7 million. So you need a 4.5 then, right? Now again, if you go for a 4.5 million midfield defender, you really need to see how he's going to rotate with your other defenders in your team. For an example, if you look at my team, someone like Van de Ven rotates really well with Richards. Someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka rotates well with Richards. Again, Aaron Wan-Bissaka with Dorgu rotates well from Manchester United. Van de Ven with Agbadu rotates well, so it really depends which one you want to pick. Now, if you ask me which is the best 4.5 million defender, that's a really tough question, and I'm not really sure I know how to answer it. 20 people on this live stream. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, and if you enjoy the content, obviously. Now, the best 4.5 million defender. That's tough. If you're talking about fixtures, Aston Villa and Van de Ven, Konsa and Van de Ven are the best. I think. Guyu to Mateta and Rogers to Hall and Pedro to Van de Ven, 3-4-3. So you're talking about my team, Hashik Akhtar. yeah, that could be an option. Hey Dennis, best of luck on the new season. Why Wan-Bissaka over Diouf? I don't know. Obviously, I know that Diouf is the more attacking option. He played amazing in the preseason, but I just think that there could be some risk there. Now, if there are any West Ham fans, please let us know. Do you think that Diouf is going to play 90 minutes every game week? I think that at the moment, Aaron Bissaka is a safer pick. That's pretty much why he's in my team. Just this morning, I transferred in a West Ham player, so I had there Van de Ven and Lacroix and Van Dijk. So I didn't have a West Ham defender this morning. But yeah, this is basically the only thing. Will Randy start? Now, Fragrant, if you ask me like that, I think that he's going to start, but I can't guarantee you that. It's we're talking about Manchester City, so yeah, I think that the chances are that he's going to start. I don't need the cash, just wondering how it will go. Again, Nico Williams is a safer pick than Frimpong, but Frimpong obviously is a more attacking defender than Nico Williams. So yeah, that's why Aaron Bissaka is overdue, but because maybe at some point he's going to lose his place. Now, I don't know that, nobody knows that. I just don't want to take that risk at the moment. I'm not sure. Obviously, Diouf is a better differential. Hi, Florin. Thank you so much for joining. Good luck. Thank you so much. Good luck to you too. I'm not locked in at the moment. We are still 1 hour left till the deadline. So let's see. Maybe I'm going to change some things here and there. Hi, Adrian Hon. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it and really good to see you here. Long time no see. Hi Dennis, absolute legend in FPL. Thanks for making FPL content again. Yeah, thank you so much for watching me. It really means a lot and I really appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do more FPL content for you guys and hopefully it's going to be helpful. That's the main idea. Potential difference also. It is a good idea to trust on Wolves players without Cunha. According to me, they are a team close to relegation this time. Also side question, favorite Bleach character and favorite Bankai. Now, if you're looking at my logo, probably you can guess which is my favorite Bleach character. So asking this side question is probably Urahara. So yeah, surprise, surprise. Yeah, with Wolverhampton, I think that they also signed some players. I don't think that they're going to fight for relegation, to be honest with you. They signed some players like Arias, which are decent players. They have, yeah, again, maybe they're going to be a little bit weaker without Enury, without Cunha, but I don't think that they're going to fight for relegation. And obviously, for us in FPL, it doesn't really matter if someone like Strand Larsen is going to score the goals. For Wolverhampton, I think that I don't really care if they are going to be relegated or not. Brighton, 6 million Minte or Router. If I was to pick one of them, I think that slightly I would align towards Minte because I think that he's a little bit more safe for the minutes, but I'm just not sure. If there are any Brighton fans here, please let us know. I think that Router is obviously the more interesting option, the more exciting option, but I would go for Minte if you ask me right now. The 4, thank you so much for joining. It is worth dropping from Wirtz to Gakpo so I could get Munoz on the bench instead of Dorgu, since I think Gakpo will get same attacking returns as Wirtz or more. Now, if you think that Gakpo is going to get more attacking returns than Wirtz, then here you go. You have your answer. Just downgrade him because he's cheaper, obviously. Again, I think that Gakpo has the potential to get more goals than Wirtz. I'm not sure if he's going to outscore him personally, but again, if that's going to be able to get you Munoz and you really want to have Munoz into your team, just do that. The force. Thanks, Haaland is the way. Yeah, good luck with Haaland. I mean, it's not such a big difference between Salah drafts and Haaland drafts. It's just 0.5 million more cheap Haaland. So again, those teams should look pretty similar to me. And again, if you think that Haaland is going to hit the ground running like he used to in the start of every season, then yeah, going with him is not such a big problem. obviously. I see a lot of people doubling up on Nottingham Forest defense. The comments from Nuno don't fill me with confidence either. Yeah, I just saw that. Steve, thank you so much for joining the stream also. Uh, Nuno Nuno's comments were a little bit really bad about Nottingham Forest. Like they are not really prepared for the new season. They are uh, really not advanced in terms of fitness, in terms of preparation. But again, I would not double up on Nottingham Forest defense. That's just what I would do. I think that they are going to drop a little bit from what they were last season. But yeah, having one defender from Forest, the fixtures are good for them. That's the main thing. Muhammad Fazal, thank you so much for joining. Fragrant, Saka or Bruno Fernandes? That's a tough question. I think that I would go for Bruno Fernandes if that's going to allow you to have also some upgrades into your team, because we know that he's 100% on penalties. He's much more cheaper than Bukayo Saka. Uh, and pretty much that's it. Obviously, Saka could even be on penalties. We don't know if Gyökeres is going to be on penalties, but I would assume that Gyökeres is going to take them. So I would say Bruno at the moment because he's going to save you some cash. Why did you pick Williams over Murillo? Uh, I still have 0.5 million in the bank, and I'm thinking about upgrading Nico Williams to Milenkovic. Again, Murillo is the best defender from Nottingham Forest for defensive contributions, but I really like Milenkovic because of the attacking threat. And again, if Nico Williams is going to help me save 0.5 millions to upgrade somewhere, then I'm just going to have Nico Williams because he's pretty much a mix of both of them. He's decent for defensive contributions and also he has some attacking threat. So I think that Nico Williams is not a better pick than the other two, but he's cheaper and that helps you in other places. Now, obviously, Murillo is again a really nice pick. It's not such a big difference between Murillo and Milenkovic. I just want to go with the attacking threat. With this, what two should I get for swapping in and out? Anderson, Van de Ven, Arwan Bissaka, and Dorgu. I see Anderson and Dorgu don't know best duo though. Arwan Bissaka and Dorgu are rotating good. Now Anderson with Dorgu, I don't think that they are rotating amazingly. So again, Pedro or Bowen. For Game Week 1, Bowen definitely. For safer minutes, Bowen definitely is going to play probably 90 minutes every game week. And he's more expensive though than Pedro. Again, with João Pedro, I'm not convinced at the moment. I want him because the fixtures are great for Chelsea and he's going to be their starter, I think, as a number 9. I'm just not sure about his minutes. Probably he's going to play 60, 70 to 80 minutes every game week and the lap is going to get some minutes. So again, at the moment I have João Pedro as you can see, but Bone is nice. Also Gavin, Reinders, Romero or Dewsbury Hall and Poro. I would not go for Romero, I think, so Dewsbury Hall and Pedro Poro. Hi Shaggy, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated. I keep going back and forth between Milenkovic and Murillo. Yeah, I mean, it's really close. It's not such a big difference. What's better right now? Nottingham Forest attack or defense? They aren't scoring right now, but they are keeping clean sheets. Obviously, the defense is better. From my point of view, they weren't a good attack last season, but they scored a lot of goals. They overperform a little bit. At least Chris would overperform a little bit. So definitely go for their defenders, and they are good from set pieces. That's why I really like Milenkovic. Hi Julian, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully my advice is going to help you. No problem. I'm here to try to help. So for someone who asked me, Anderson rotates really well with someone like Agbadu if you want, but he's not going to rotate well with Dorgu. So you need to see these combinations, how they're going to work for you. What's your goal this season? We have almost 10 million teams already. Oh, okay, so yesterday they were something like 8 millions or something like that. Now, obviously, my goal this season, every goal in every season should be something like 10k, top 10k or something like that. Now, last season I finished on 4k, which was really nice. Was my best ever FPL finish. Hopefully I can get to that, but it's not going to be easy probably with this new system. I think that is going to be um, a different season, a crazy season, a lot of chips, a lot of new rules. Let's see what's going to happen, but it's really tough for me to get the same rank. Hi Ken, Cherky or Kudus? I think that Kudus, I would pick Kudus because he's safer and has good fixtures. Thanks, man. No problem, Gavin. Gavin, thank you so much for being here on the stream. I really appreciate it. What's better right now? Okay. Hi, Dan. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Good to see you again after a long time. Good to see you back, Dennis. Thanks a lot. Also, good to see you too. Elikar, thank you so much for joining. Hi, Dennis. I've got a dilemma. Should I move funds to have a front three of Wood, Bowen, and Watkins, or should I move the funds of Wood to a midfielder in the 6.57 millions? Cherky can be benched in any game, yeah. I think that Florin is a Manchester City fan, so he can tell you more about Manchester City, but that's also my opinion. Cherky could be amazing as a 6.5 midfielder, but he's not going to play. He's not, or at least I don't think that he's going to start every game week. I could be wrong, obviously. So should I move funds to have a front three of Wood, Bowen, and Watkins, or should I move the funds of Wood to a midfielder? It really depends. What do you think? If you think that Wood is going to score like he was scoring last season, the fixtures are there for Nottingham Forest, so it's perfectly fine to play a 3-4-3 formation or a 3-5-2 formation. It's not too much into it. You're going to have a 4.5 million forward like Guyu, or you're going to have a 4.5 or a 5 million midfielder like Dewsbury Hall. It really depends how you see it and how you like to play, obviously. The new rules will benefit casual players more. Yeah, probably the addition of more chips is going to, I don't know, I understand that pretty much it's for the casual players, because if you have more chips, it's more fun for some players at least. And again, the new addition of 5 free transfers before or after African Cup of Nations, I'm not sure which way is around. You're going to get those before African Cup of Nations or after that's going to start, probably the later one. It's really nonsense a little bit. I mean, yeah, someone like Mohamed Salah is going to go for African Cup of Nations, but surely if you're planning well, you can manage to go even with keeping Salah into your team without 5 free transfers. So again, it's going to be interesting because that's going to make us be more aggressive. So I'm just going to use all my transfer, obviously, because before we're going to get those 5 free transfers. So yeah, but maybe they're going to help the casuals a little bit. Everyone seems to be playing a 3-5-2 in currently set up as a 5-4-1. Yeah, I mean, the strikers are not amazing this season, to be honest with you. I mean, we have Haaland, Gyökeres, Watkins. The expensive strikers are going to be decent. Isak, if he's going to move to Liverpool, is going to become an option. 25 likes, 20 people on the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. It really means a lot. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content, obviously. And thanks again. Pedro Porro or Van de Ven? I think that Pedro Porro is a better pick. If you have the cash, obviously just go Pedro Porro. If not, Van de Ven is a perfectly fine option. Ken Porro, if you have the budget. Have they added the AI chatbot in the game to help us? I didn't saw any. I mean, I saw on my phone there is a something like an AI chatbot, but to be honest with you, I didn't talk to him, so I don't know if it works or not. What's your opinion on bench boost this game week? It is viable. If you want to use your bench boost in game week 1, it's really viable because now we have more chips to use in the first part of the season. Uh, but it's not looking amazing because if someone like Dubravka, someone like Guyu we were sure they were playing in Game Week 1, probably I would just use also my bench boosting Game Week 1. But at the moment I don't want the thing is with bench boost Game Week 1 is going to force you pretty much to use your wildcard early, and I want to leave my options open at the moment to not be forced to wildcard in Game Week 2 or 3. I want to try to delay it a little bit, maybe Game Week 6, 7, 10, 13, something like that. So that's the only reason why I don't want to use my bench boost in Game Week 1. But it's a nice strategy to get rid of him and then to just concentrate without having the problem of thinking about how your bench is going to look like in the season when maybe you're going to have a lot of injuries. Uh, Nice Liverpool kit. Yeah, it's with Wirtz. So pretty much that's why I think that I'm going to start with Wirtz. Another reason I ordered this t-shirt with him, so I feel like I'm being forced to start with him. Again, if things are going to go wrong, we just can sell him to someone like Marmoush, to another cheap midfielder. It's not a problem. But also I think that he's going to be a decent FPL option this season. He played really good in the preseason. In the Community Shield against Palace, he was pretty much the best player from Liverpool. So I think that he could be great at 8.5 millions. What's your opinion? Okay. Hi Hama, hi Genius Gamer. Thank you so much for joining. Also, Harlotsville, I don't know if I welcome you. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Martinelli could be a good pick for the first two games at least. Uh, could be, but I would not recommend you go for Martinelli. I'm not even sure uh, how much he is, to be honest with you. 7 millions. Okay, so with 7 millions, I think that there are better options. The fixtures are not amazing for Arsenal, and the minutes are. I'm just not. You're just not going to be sure if he's going to play 90 minutes every gaming. I would try to avoid Hama, but again, Murillo or Poro already have Williams and Van de Ven. Genius Gamer. I like more Poro for the upside, but Murillo is a safer pick, I think, that Pedro Poro. So you have Williams and Van de Ven. Now, I'm not sure if I would double up on Tottenham defense. That's the only problem. Yeah, if you have Van de Ven, I think that's fine. I would not double up on Spurs defense, so I would just go Murillo. Are locked in on Rodgers over Njay and Sar. I'm not sure. I mean, I like Rodgers. I like the fixtures for Aston Villa. That's the thing. Sar, I don't really like his first gaming feature, but obviously I shouldn't think like that. I'm just not picking my team for gaming 1. And Sar could be great at 6.5 millions. Hi Arvid, Njay Van de Ven and Nico Williams, or Poro, Dewsbury Hall and Murillo. I think that Njay Van de Ven and Nico Williams are better picks overall than Poro, Dewsbury Hall and Murillo because of the uncertainty of Dewsbury Hall. We don't know how attacking he's going to be for Everton. We don't know exactly which position he's going to play. With Njae, you know that he's going to be attacking his own penalty, so I would go with the first option. I would like to start with Gakpo and save 1 million, but I'm sure Isak will come to Liverpool. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't get why a lot of people are buying Ekitike. Because Isak is just a matter of time. Now, maybe he's not going to get to Liverpool, maybe I'm wrong, but he's not going to play for Newcastle again, and I just don't think that Isak is just going to take a break for football for 1 year. So, again, and if Isak goes to Liverpool, Ekitike is going to get less minutes as a number 9. He could play as a left winger, and then Gakpo's minutes could be reduced a little bit, but for sure, for the first games of the season, yeah, Gakpo is decent. Sanchez, Williams, Van de Ven, Konsa, Kudu, Salah, Bruno Palmer, Rodgers, Pedro, Watkins. Really nice team, Ken, sorry. If only my team United weren't so bad, I would have gone for either Cunha or Mbeumo. Yeah, I think that both of them have the potential to be decent, but the fixtures are just bad for United, and I'm just not sure how good they are going to start. Now, probably they are going to play better than last season, obviously, and I can see some goals from Manchester United, but I think that they are going to be shared a little bit. That's the reason I'm not really considering Bruno Fernandes. I'm not hating him or something like that because I'm a Liverpool fan. I had him in my teams years ago, but now I just don't. I'm not sure if he's worth 9 millions. I think that he's going to tick along nice with defensive contributions, with assists. Surely he's going to score some penalties. But the features are just not there for United, for me, from my point of view. And in Game Week 1, playing against Arsenal, it's tough. Hi, Kenadar, Rudravan, thank you so much for joining. Final suggestion, Sanchez, Murillo, Pedro Porro, Diouf, Sarr, Palmer, Salah, Bruno Reinders, Joe, Pedro Watkins. It is pretty much similar to my team, so again, not too much to say. I really like your team. But yeah, overall really nice. Cunha, Mbeumo and Bruno will be amazing picks later in the season. Yeah, probably. Probably when the fixtures are going to get better, we're going to take a look at some of their players. Hi Tom Hemming, thank you so much for joining. Hi Lawrence, Corcoran, thank you so much guys for joining the stream, really appreciate it. How long it will take to bring back the channel membership? Now that depends to you guys and also to me to upload more useful videos. Again, for YouTube you need 3,000 hours watch time, something like that, and then you're going to be able to be a member of my channel if you want to support, obviously. At the moment I'm at half of that, so maybe this year, maybe not, we need to see. But again, if you want to support the channel, again, you can I have a buy me a coffee, sorry, account if you want me to support there. But again, I don't want to charge anyone for my advices. It's totally free. I have all my content is totally free. All my advices are totally free. Just if you want to support my channel, it would be really appreciated. But again, is that your current team? Yes, but I have also 0.5 minutes in the bank, and I'm still thinking about those spots, Reinders and Rogers. And Malik, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated. Van Dijk and Van de Ven or Porro and Wan-Bissaka. That's my dilemma. That's what I changed this morning. I had Virgil van Dijk and Van de Ven, and now I have Porro and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So that's what I changed. For Game Week 1 to 4, Porro and Wan-Bissaka have better fixtures, I think. That's why I changed Van Dijk, because the fixtures in Game Week 2 and 3 are not amazing. Why Richards, not Guehi? Can be really careful. Guehi, likewise, Isak is linked to a move to Liverpool. Maybe he's going to move to Chelsea, but at the moment, it doesn't look like Guehi is going to be at Crystal Palace. So I don't want to have anything with Guehi. I don't want to have him in my team because if he's going to move to Liverpool, he's not going to be an FPL option for me. So that's why Richards is in my team. Why is everyone going Rogers? Low XG. Yeah, Tom Hemming, thank you so much for joining the stream. Yeah, his stats, his underlying statistics, you're right, are not amazing for Rogers, but he scored a lot of points last season. Even that, his statistics weren't amazing because pretty much when Aston Villa are scoring, I'm expecting to be Rogers or Watkins. And I really like him as a player. I think that he's really consistent. He's a really solid pick. And I'm just, it's a safe pick pretty much. I know it's boring. And he's going to play 90 minutes every game week when fit. So that's pretty much why I have Rogers. But I'm still thinking about that position. Is that your current team? Yes, Malik, this is my current team. But maybe I'm going to do some changes here and there. I still have 1 hour to decide. Check buy me a coffee account. Yeah, you didn't have to, Hashik, Akhtar, thank you so much, but thank you so much for your donation. Really appreciate it. You didn't have to. Yeah, I really appreciate your support and thanks a lot. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, hopefully my advices are going to be helpful to you. I'm not really used to donation, guys. So again, uh, I'm sorry if I can't really take them that good. But again, Hashir Akhtar, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you a lot. I don't know anything else. What should I say? I really appreciate it, and it really helps me grow the channel. And obviously, yeah, it really appreciate it. Thank you a lot. Nicholas Wilson, Van de Ven, Virgil van Dijk, and Nico Williams, or Murillo and Tarkovsky. Van Dijk and Nico Williams, I would go because Brentwaite is injured for Everton. So again, that not doesn't mean that he's going to be a bad pick or something like that. But Everton defense overall is going to be a little bit weaker, so I would not go for him. High Air 299S, Saka plus Reinders or Marmoush plus Rogers. I would go Marmoush plus Rogers. I think. Don't really fancy the fixtures for Arsenal. Fair enough. Your list of favorite captains this week. Yeah, let's just make a poll. I forgot about that. Yeah, so captain check. For me, it's going to be Salah, Haaland, Palmer in that order, and then Bowen. Let's see who you're captaining. Let's add Bowen, but yeah. This is my order. Take it as you want. It's not boring at all. 10% ownership. So you're talking about Rogers, right? Florin. Jacob Fowler, thank you so much for joining. Aditya and Malik, thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for 31 likes. Really appreciate it. Nico Williams plus Munoz or Nico Williams, Murilo Milenkovic or a no Salah, on a no Salah draft. Okay, so good luck with your decision. Good luck this season. Also, Jacob Fowler. I would not double up on the Forest defense. That's the only thing. So Nico Williams and Munoz, probably I would go. I don't want to double up, although the fixtures are great. If you think that Nottingham Forest are going to keep a lot of clean sheets, then just double up. But I'm just not sure how they are going to perform in the start of the season. Did you save the 0.5 for future transfers? No, I'm just not locked in at the moment. It could be an idea now that you pointed it out to leave 0.5 millions in the bank, but I'm just not sure if I want to do that. Will Rogers be on penalties? Probably not. Sadly, Tom Hemmings. Now, we don't know. At the moment, I would say that Tielemans is going to be on penalties, but nobody knows pretty much. At some point, maybe someone like Watkins, maybe someone like Rogers could be on penalties. We saw Rogers being on penalties in playing for the national team and in some games, but I'm not sure if he's on penalties at the moment. I don't think that. Should I start Mateta or Shade? I think that I would start Mateta. Hi Danny Ribeiro, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Got 1 million in the bank. What should I do? Sanchez, Poro, Williams, Diouf, Salah, Wirtz, Palmer, Jay, Reinders, Watkins, Pedro, Bench, Dubravka, Richards, Esteve, and Guyu. So you have 1 million in the bank, okay? I like your defense. You have also Richards, Salah, Wirtz, Palmer, Watkins, Pedro. Do you really have 1 million in the bank? So you have a problem that you have you have too much money, right? I wish I had that problem in FPL. You could upgrade someone to Rogers if you want, but again, or someone like Reinders to someone like Sar, I guess. That's what you can do. What do you think about Virgil van Dijk? He was in my draft pretty much for all the games. Now I'm just going without Van Dijk makes me able to have Rogers, makes me able to have João Pedro. That's why I dropped him. I think that is a great option. The fixtures in Game Week 2 and 3 are not amazing for Liverpool, but for Game Week 1, Game Week 4, and in the future, I think that Van Dijk is a great option. He has attacking threat. He's safe. He's going to play 90 minutes every game week. Liverpool are going to keep a lot of clean sheets this season. Now, I'm not sure that's going to be at the beginning, but he's a really solid pick. So, nothing wrong with Van Dijk. I'll use it to transfer Johnson to someone else, lol. This might be obvious, but it's the tactic to have a players where if they blank, you could just do a straight swap. Yeah, I mean, I know it is a tactic. Yeah, it's not a problem. If you want to start with money in the bank, I don't blame anyone. I know that tactic, and obviously it's nice. If you can leave some cash to be able to be flexible, that's perfectly fine. But 1 million, I think it is a little bit too much to leave on the bench. But again, no, not judging anyone here. Hey, can you rate my no Haaland and no Salah draft? I think that I would go for someone like Milenkovic or Murillo instead of Tarkovsky. Bruno Saka, João Pedro, Mateta, Watkins, and bench Dubravka, Anderson, Goodmanson, and Ramsey. Overall, really like your draft. If you're able to go without Haaland and Salah, I really wish you good luck and hopefully it's going to work out for you. Overall, a strong draft. Get one of the Forest CB for Williams, Danny, more Defcon, yeah. Wirtz, Kudus, and Njae, or Bruno, Reinders, and Rogers. Now, if you put it like that, Bruno, Reinders, and Rogers sounds a little bit better. What is safer? For sure, it's Wirtz, Kudus, and Njae. But, again, Bruno plus Diouf versus Gakpo plus Cucurella. I would just go for Sanchez. I'm not really tempted about Cucurella, to be honest with you, so Bruno plus Diouf. Joan Pelkonen, thank you so much for joining, really appreciate it. So you think I should sell Van Dijk and get an example Poro in and then Njae for Rogers with the money? That could be an option. Now this is what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm not saying that these moves are going to guarantee you more points. This is my thought process. I put in Pedro Poro right in this morning because I think that he is going to be worth that price and he's on a lot of set pieces. That's why I sold Van Dijk, but it is nothing wrong to go with Van Dijk, guys. Especially today against Bournemouth. I could see a clean sheet for Liverpool at home, which all game week West Ham defense to play apart from game week 1. Yeah, that's the problem with West Ham. The fixtures are not amazing after game week 1, but that's why I have Richards. Just 1 second, guys. If we can, let me just screenshot this team and move a little bit to here to Fantasy Football Hub to see a little bit like this. Okay, let me just import my team. Okay, so okay, they transferring Gordon. Okay, here is Rogers. This is my team, right? Yeah, it looks fine. I have no Hudson Odoi, what? Yeah, they don't want me to have Wirtz, apparently. Okay, so this is how my team is looking at the moment. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the fixtures are not amazing for him. Let me just see if I can show you. So Sunderland, Chelsea, not great. Nottingham Forest, you can play him. Palace, you can play him. Everton, you can play him. But let's see how this team would look like. 96% rating here on the Fantasy Football Hub. Also, guys, with the link in my description, you can have your team rated for free if you want to do that. Again, it's not something definitive or something like that, but it is nice to have a second opinion. Here, if I click AI transfers, they are going to recommend me. They're recommending me to transfer Rogers to Njae and leave 1 million in the bank. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but definitely that could be an option. If we go to Gaming 2 and click optimize, Richards is playing against Forest, Esteve, Sunderland, Nico Williams, Crystal Palace. Now again, I could play here someone like Pedro Porro if I want, but it's against Man City away. Now if I have Esteve, I have the option to play him. I know he's a Burnley defender, a 4 million Burnley defender, but against Sunderland it's not such a big problem to play him. And if we move to Gaming 3, let's look just at the defense. We're going to have Pedro Porro, Nico Williams, Richards, or Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Forest here if I want to play him instead of Richards. So decent. If we move to Gaming 4, Pedro Porro, Richards against Sunderland, Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Spurs. Here is where my defenders are not rotating amazingly, as you can see. Nico Williams against Arsenal, Esteve against Liverpool, Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Spurs. So not great for Gaming 4. Gaming 5, Burnley, Palace, West Ham, Brighton. Obviously here I'm just going to play Pedro Porro instead of probably Aaron Wan-Bissaka, something like that. Frimpong or Ainuri. I think that Ainuri overall is going to be more safe for long term because he doesn't have a lot of competition like Frimpong. Whoa, a lot of comments here. I lost Reinders or Anderson. I would go Reinders, Aditya. Spence on bench boost Gaming 1 instead of Pedro Porro. Could be an option if you want him just for Gaming 1. Thoughts on which trio is better? Rogers, Reinders, Larsen or Wirtz? Dewsbury Hall, João Pedro, Naufal, Atala, thank you so much for joining. Wirtz, Dewsbury Hall, Pedro, I think. So you think, okay. I have Salah, Palmer, Bruno, thoughts on which trio is better. Okay, so Wirtz, Dewsbury Hall and João Pedro I think is better. Which all game week West Ham defense to play apart from game week 1? Thanks for rating my draft, no problem. Really appreciate it for you guys for joining the stream. Frimpong or Ainuri. Ainuri looks good because Guardiola is out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if probably they're going to play both of them most games, but now for Game Week 1 for sure Ainuri is going to start. I think famous last words for Manchester City players. West Ham defender or Villa defender of 4.5 millions. Villa have better fixtures long term if you want. If you're asking me that, I would just go Konsa. If you want to go safe, Gita Advani. And what do you think on Bruno versus Wirtz? I talked a lot about Bruno versus Wirtz this preseason. Obviously, Bruno is a little bit more expensive. He's on penalties, he's on set pieces. I think that Wirtz, as you can see in my draft, is going to be better. He's playing in a much better team in Liverpool. It doesn't really matter if I'm a Liverpool fan or not. Liverpool are a better attacking side, or at least were last season than Manchester United. Wirtz also is going to be on some set pieces from what I saw in the preseason, and he's playing a more advanced role. He's going to play as a number 10 most games. With Manchester United, the points are going to be shared more. Bruno Fernandes is better for defensive contributions. Overall, I think that either way you're going, I think that both of them are going to tick along with the points. I'm not sure which one has the potential to haul more points. Maybe someone like Wirtz, maybe someone like Fernandes because he's on penalties. The fixtures also are not great for Manchester United, so I think that Wirtz at the moment is better pick, but I could be wrong, obviously. Hi George Turnell, Sels Dubravka, Poro Williams, Cucurella, Esteve, Richards, Palmer, Salah, Njaya, Dingra, King, Watkins, Pedro, Bowen. Thank you. I really like that. Obviously, you're going with the 4.5 million midfielder in King. Hopefully, he's going to retain his place. Overall, I like your midfield. I like that you're going different with Adingra. They have great fixtures, Sunderland. Cucurella, again, not really convinced. I think that I would go for someone like Sanchez in goal and Milenkovic or Murillo instead of Cucurella. But again, overall, it's a really strong draft, and yeah, I don't see a problem. Hi, Christian Damskog, Gaming 2 team. Bench boost. Okay, Petrovic, Sels, Van de Ven, Tosin. I'm not so sure about Tosin. I just saw today that he's looking likely he's going to start Game Week 1. I'm not so sure how good. Probably he's going to start Game Week 2, right? If he's going to start Game Week 1, but I'm not sure how the minutes are going to look like for him. Probably Chelsea are going to sign also another defender. De Kuiper, Konsa, Esteve, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Gakpo, Dewsbury Hall, Damsgaard. I don't think that I would go for Damsgaard because I think that there are better options, but again, he could be decent. Watkins, João Pedro, Haaland. Your attack, your forward line is looking amazing. Do you think Wirtz and Fulkrug or Bowen and Sar? Uh, that's a tough question. I really like Wirtz. Lewis Wilkins, thank you so much for joining the stream. I think that I would go Wirtz and Fulkrug if I need to choose. Thank you so much for subscribing. I didn't saw the name. Joanne, right? Thanks for the input, Nofal, Atala. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Any advice on rotation? I have Murillo plus Poro, looking at some combo of one on Bisako, Agbadu, Richards with either Esteve, Goodmanson. Yeah, I mean, the rotations are, as you may well know them. Spurs players are rotating well with pretty much everyone because Spurs have really good fixtures. In general, Konsa is rotating well with a lot of people. Uh, yeah, West Ham with Crystal Palace, West Ham with Manchester United. Hello mate, Gyökeres away to United or Minte at home to Fulham. If you have Gyökeres into your team, I would just start him, Paul, for sure. Hi mate, Kelleher, Tosin, Rogers or Sanchez, Richards and Jaye. Kelleher, there is a doubt with Kelleher. We don't know if he's going to start in Game Week 1. That's the only problem. So if you don't want to take any risk, don't go with... I would go with Sanchez, Richards and Njaya CK, to be honest with you. Yeah, Sanchez, Richard and Njaya, safer option. Georgetown, thank you, Dennis, enjoying the content. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that you enjoy my content. I put in a lot of work this pre-season to brag myself. Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, a lot of work. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully, you're going to enjoy it in the future also. Early captaincy playing in my head. Yeah, I mean, it's Mohamed Salah, man. Gavin, I will just go for Mohamed Salah. I can't wait to see the game tonight. I would predict something like 3-1, something like that to Liverpool, and hopefully Salah is going to be involved in the goals. Again, probably a lot of people are going to captain Salah, so even if he's going to blank, you're going to have the pain with the most of the people. Hi Hashem, thank you so much for joining. Is my team good? Poro, William, Saignori, Bruno Palmer, Vir Salah, Kiernan. I'm so Dewsbury Hall, okay. Pedro Larson, bench Cairns. Reinildo, Guehi, Guyu. I'm not really sure who's Keynes, but I would go for Dubravka as a 4 million goalkeeper. I would not go for Guehi, just go for Richards. Guehi probably is going to transfer out from Crystal Palace, so it's not safe at all. Other than that, I like your team. I would try to find a way to have uh, maybe Watkins instead of Bruno, but that's just my opinion. You did, Dennis. Thank you. Good work. I'm here for the season. Thank you so much, Gavin. It really means a lot uh, to hear these nice words for you, because obviously there are a lot of good content creators here on YouTube, and yeah, obviously I'm not the best one or something that I'm not an expert, but I try my best to help you. Now, if we move a little bit, whoops, sorry about that. If we move a little bit to Twitter, I think that I can show you some things here. And that way, we can see some, if there are some news. Just real close, then I'm going to think a little bit about my team. Okay, so FPL Focal is locked in. If guys you want to take a look at his team, obviously he's streaming also at the moment. Sanchez, Dubravka, Anderson, Esteve, Guyu, Murillo, Nico Williams, double Nottingham Forest defense, okay. Salah, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Rogers, Reinders. Okay, the almost the same midfield as mine, Strand Larsen and Watkins. Okay, so it looks like Liverpool just completed the signing of another defender. Not an FPL option, guys, so don't... you're not really interested in this. I saw something here. Okay. I just want to show you an account who is making predictions pretty much. But it's Emma, but I can't find it right now. So, predicted lineup for Aston Villa. This is it. FPL Villain, if you want to follow him on Twitter. For Aston Villa news, he's the best one. Hi friends, hi Raul, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. I am scared about Sar now. I have seen a lot of drafts and everyone has Guyu and I don't. Those people had Sar in their teams until yesterday. Hi Vukak, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated to see you here again. Kung Fu Panda. Yo, hello, what is the best 4.5 million defender besides Anderson? I mean, I'm not sure if Anderson is the best one, but definitely for the fixtures, Van de Ven, Konsa are the safe ones, if you want to call it like that. Richards from Crystal Palace, Agbadu. There are a lot of good ones. Diouf, Aaron Bissaka. So this is how Aston Villa probably are going to line up. I wanted to show you something, but I can't find it. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to find it probably. What if I go to my followings? Yeah, okay. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, we're going to go back. No point in doing this. Okay, so let me just look at my team. Any news on Solanke starting? I don't know. I mean, probably we're not going to get any news about Solanke because, yeah, they're not playing today. Thinks Richarlison will start. Probably Richarlison is going to start, but I wouldn't put my money on it, to be honest with you. I think that Solanke is going to start, but the minutes are not there. I'm not sure Uh, Gakpo and Njae or Wirtz and Anderson? Wirtz and Anderson for me. Esteve, Anderson, Williams, Poro, and need on more. What do you think? Richards, Diouf, Agbadu, Dorgu, and Bissaka. So with Anderson, Williams, and Poro, I would pick Richards, I think. Chad Scott, also thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. 36 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for turning up into this stream. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would really help me. So Chad Scott, Kelleher, Dubravka. Kelleher is an injury doubt for Game Week 1, so be careful because probably, I mean, there is a risk that Kelleher and Dubravka, both of them are not going to start. Van Dijk, Pedro Porro, Misaka, Tarkovsky, De Kuiper, Kudus, Wirtz, Reinders, Palmer, Devaney, 4.5, okay. I would just go for King if you want a 4.5 million midfielder. I think he plays Haaland, Ekitike, João Pedro. Again, Ekitike, I think that is a nice option for the first game mix of the season, but long term, if you want to keep him into your team, I just think that it's a bad FPL player because Isak probably is going to sign for Liverpool, and then Ekitike is not going to be such a viable FPL option. That's the only problem. 14.5 for defenders. Yeah, I understand, Ken, but what do you want me to answer you? So you have 14.5 millions for defenders, for 5 defenders. That's impossible. You need to do some downgrades elsewhere. I apologize, Dennis, if you've got this question many times. Who's the best midfield pick from 7.5 millions and under? I've already got Gakpo. Probably for the upside at the moment for the first fixtures is Gakpo. But overall, if Isak is going to sign again for Liverpool, again, I expect Gakpo to be the first choice for sure. Left wing, I don't see his minutes being 90 minutes every gaming for sure, so don't expect that. For 7.5, you don't have a lot of options. You have Eze, who's not an option because we don't know where he's going to play. You have Rogers, who's a good option and has decent fixtures. The best one is pretty tough to choose. Let me just see here. So 7.5. You have Semenyo, Rogers, Murphy, Clivert. These are not options at the moment for me. Elanga. So I would just go for Sar. I would just go for Njae for these options. Mitoma 6.5. Madison would have been a good option, but he's injured sadly. So for 3 defenders, you need... Okay, so you need 4.5, 4.5 million defenders, right? Then you can just pick, it really depends. Van de Ven, I would pick Van de Ven, Richards, and Agbadu. This is a really nice setup for rotation of the defenders. So there you go. Palace rotates with the extra fixtures. Yeah, I mean, Crystal Palace are going to play in the Conference League, right? In the, I don't know how they call them, the pre games before the group stage, obviously. So again, we could see some rotation for Crystal Palace, but again, I found what I wanted to show you guys. So this is an account with the prediction from different fans. So it's not something leaked or something like that. This is just a prediction. If we see here at Brighton, they are predicted Jorginho to start. That's interesting, instead of Welbeck, Mitoma, O'Reilly, Minte. So again, for those who want to punt on Jorginho, it's looking like he has some chances to start. This is how Liverpool probably are going to line up, with Gravenberg suspended. Aston Villa we saw from Villan. This is probably how they are going to line up. Also Chelsea. And yes. Okay, guys, now if you don't mind, I think that I'm going to think a little bit to see what I'm going to do with my team. We are 30 minutes till the deadline of Game Week 1, so make sure you are getting there to lock in your teams. 5.5 plus 2 plus 2 with 4.5 easy. Oh, okay, sorry Ken. Then again, my math is not amazing at the moment, so yeah, 2 4.5 like Richards, Van de Ven, and then you just go for someone like Milenkovic. I have Georgina, you have Jorginho, Max Edis. Thank you so much for joining. I'm captaining Poro. It's only the beginning, so I can crawl back and clean sheet points and his own set pieces. I mean, I know that it's only the beginning of the FPL season, but surely you want to have a good start. You can't win FPL in Game Week 1, but maybe you can lose it if you get what I mean. Again, if you're going to go something like 5 millions from the start, maybe 5 millions is not that bad. If you're going to go 9 millions from the start, it's not going to be easy for you to climb the ranks, but definitely it is possible. It's not like you're going to lose FPL in Game Week 1, but you need to be a little bit careful. You want a good start, obviously. Captaining Pedro Porro is really nice. If you're that kind of person who likes to take huge risks, I would never. For an example, I would never captain Porro in Game Week 1, even against Burnley at home, when I have the option of Mohamed Salah or Palmer or other players. O'Reilly is interesting. O'Reilly can live in summer. Okay, so as you can see from Florin, there's a possibility of him leaving, and I'm not sure if he's nailed also at Manchester City. If he was nailed, yeah, for sure, he could be a nice option. Hi, Anirban Banerjee, thank you so much for joining. Fulkrug, Ngakpo, or Rogers and Kudus. That's really interesting. Rogers and Kudus, I would go, but it's really close. Watkins and Rogers, or Solanke and Bruno. Really tough, because you're putting me with a really difficult question here, because Solanke and Bruno are two penalty takers. My first thought, I will be honest, was Watkins and Rogers when I heard the question. So Watkins and Rogers. Now, if I think a little bit more, Solanke and Bruno Fernandes doesn't sound that bad, two penalty takers. Now again, what that means that deep inside, I think that Watkins and Rogers are better picks if we take out of consideration the penalties. So again, I'm captaining him or Palmer. Okay, I will think about it. You see, I don't have Salah, so that's why. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take some risk, if you want to go different, it's nothing wrong with that. Max edits. I just said that I would not captain Poro. If I'm not going to captain Poro, it doesn't mean that it's a bad idea or something like that. It's just my opinion. And again, if Salah is going to blank and Pedro Porro is going to score and keep a clean sheet, I'm going to look like a fool after this weekend, and you're going to look like a god. So yeah, good luck anyway, whichever decision you're going to make. Is Michael Keane a reliable pick as a 4.5 million defender with Braithwaite out now? I'm not sure. I mean, someone has to play instead of Braithwaite, but I wouldn't take the risk. I think that Everton are going to be weaker as a defense, so Milenkovic or Poro. I think that Poro for the upside can, but Milenkovic is a little bit more safer. Hi Pargoel, hi Abdullah, thank you so much guys for joining the stream. 23 people. Leave a like guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Murillo plus Kevin Dewsbury Hall or Nico Williams plus Reinders. Murillo, Dewsbury Hall, I think. Although it's really close. If you wanna go for the upside, just go Nico Williams and Reinders. Start Diouf or Anderson. I would start Diouf. Now guys, sorry, I really need to think a little bit about my team. It's football. Salah can get injured in one and miss the whole season. Lol, no one knows what will happen. Yeah, obviously Herlotsville. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to play the game like I play the game, safer, boring maybe at some times, but again, if you want to captain a defender, it's really exciting if you're not going to get sad after he's going to concede. That's why I'm not going to do that. Hello, Dennis. Hi, Samuel. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Dev. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you. How are you doing? I've got Mateta and Watkins with Njaya. Should I go Rogers over him and swap out Mateta? Diouf or Anderson? I would go for Diouf. I would play Diouf, Abdullah, for sure. If you want to go for Mateta, Dev, just go for Mateta. But again, I'm really tempted about Rogers because of the fixtures pretty much. Konsa for Richards, the Kuiper for Aaron Bissaka. You're asking me about your team, Lawrence. Richard and Wan Bissaka rotates fine, so yeah, I would just go with that. What? I'm going to make some moves, I think. Oh no. Oh no. The site crashed. Oh, come on. One second, guys. I need to... Is the site down? Is it not? Okay. So, if I'm going to go like this, I'm going to go with Milekovic. Let me just make sure my team is looking okay. So, Salah, Reinders, Palmer, Wirtz, Rogers, João Pedro and Watkins. Am I really going with João Pedro? I mean, what could go wrong, right? Website is working fine for me. Yeah, probably just got disconnected. Milenkovic or Williams? Milenkovic is a better pick. Diouf or De Kuiper and Wirtz or Fernandes. I prefer Wirtz. Again, it's really close. And I would go for Diouf for the moment. Because of Gaming 1 fixture. But it really depends about your rotation, guys, for the 4.5 million defenders. Abdullah, best 4.5 million keeper probably is going to be Kelleher, but he's an injury doubt at the moment, so yeah. Simon Lee, thank you so much for joining. Saka plus Fulkrug or Rogers plus Gyökeres. I would go Rogers plus Gyökeres, I think. To be honest with you at this point. So no early team news yet. Make sure, guys, you lock in your teams. We have 12 minutes till the deadline. Hello, hi Rory. 15 minutes. Would you rather go for Van de Ven and Raya or Poro and the 4.5 million keeper? I would go for Poro and the 4.5 million keeper, to be honest. I don't think that Raya is the one to go at the moment. Or even Sanchez, someone like Sanchez. Salah or Palmer plus Wirtz. I mean, you can't really do that. I mean, Palmer plus Wirtz is a lot more money than someone like Salah. So Pravan Damankar, again, obviously Palmer and Wirtz sounds better because there are a lot more money. Why not downgrade Rodgers and get Virgil van Dijk? I'm not sure about Liverpool keeping clean sheets in game week 2 or 3. That's the thing. I had Van Dijk for a lot of time, and obviously I want Rodgers in my team. That's why I have him. Would you bench booster triple captain in first couple of weeks to get ahead in my league? I mean, in your league not, but it doesn't really matter who's getting ahead of anyone in a mini league, to be honest with you. So if you think that if you want to get rid of the bench boost, I understand. Just use it and then you can focus on the season ahead without having a strong bench. Rodgers to Anderson, Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, that could be an option, but I don't want to go for Anderson. I don't want to have two 5.5 million midfielders. Rodgers or Gakpo if I don't have Salah but have Wirtz. Rodgers is safer than Gakpo. If you want to catch the upside, Gakpo probably is going to get you more goals. Salah and Reinders out, Palmer and Wirtz in. Oh. Palmer and Wirtz definitely sounds better, but if you're able to go. Frimpong starting for definite, probably Frimpong, yeah, is going to start. If any other weird stuff is going to happen, Frimpong is going to start for sure. Bradley is still injured from what I know, so yeah. Best formation, there isn't a best formation. You can play 3-4-3, you can play 3-5-2. It really depends if you want more strikers or you like more the midfield options. So for me, I don't really think that there are a lot of good options for the strikers. That's why I'm playing a 3-5-2 and I have a 4.5 million striker in Guyu. Simon Lee, really nice team without Salah. Good luck to you, Simon Lee. I think that it's a really strong team. I would go for Sanchez and Sanchez in goal instead of Cucurella, but again, Bradley's injured, but when he back, Frimpong could be dropped. Not dropped, but he could lose some minutes and he could be benched in some games for sure. But we don't know when Bradley is going to be back. So for gaming 1, Frimpong is going to start. I said it a lot. After Bradley is going to be back, they are going to rotate, probably. And yeah, none of them is going to play 90 minutes every gaming. Toby Jones, Rodgers, okay. So what I want to do, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. Probably this is going to be my team, guys, because I don't know, maybe it's not better to make too many decisions. Joao Pedro out, Sesko in. For me, no. I think that Joao Pedro is a better pick than Sesko. Sesko is playing against Arsenal in game week 1, so about what we're talking here. Hi, Javes, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated. Sells Tosin, again, good for the first few fixtures maybe, but after that I'm not sure about his minutes. Milenkovic, Enyuri, Reinders, Neto, Wirtz, Rodgers, Kudus, Bowen, Haaland, Verbruggen, Ekitike, Van de Ven, Diouf, bench boost. Okay, so for a bench boost, that's really nice. Probably you're going to be forced to wildcard at some point, so if you don't mind that, then it's really nice for a bench boost. I stuck with Larson, now pray the heavens. Hopefully for you, Strand Larson is going to get you something in the against Manchester City. Good luck, everyone. We are 5 or 6 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you lock in your teams. I'm going to still stay here on the stream after the deadline to talk a little bit to you guys without the stress. Right now, I'm really stressed, as you can see. Havertz injured, I think. Yeah. Havertz. There was a little bit doubt about Havertz. Is Delap and Pedro will keep rotating? What is your opinion? I think that Pedro is going to start the first few games for sure, and Delap is going to came in the 60, 70, 80 minutes, something like that. So I'm not expecting Joao Pedro to play 90 minutes every game, but I still don't think that Delap is going to be the starting 9 for Chelsea. It really depends how Joao Pedro is going to perform, pretty much. Van de Ven plus Agbadu or Van de Ven plus Richards. It's not too much into it. Okay, Figs. Agbadu probably is what I mean. Not probably. He was the best defensive contribution defender at 4.5 million last season, so he's going to be better probably for defensive contribution. But he plays for Wolverhampton, so Palace is a better defense. I would go still Van de Ven plus Richards. I think Aaron Bissaka or Van de Ven. Van de Ven. Hi Dennis. Hi Alex. Alexov. Thank you so much for joining. Glad to see you. Good luck to the start. What do you think about chips when your plan use? Honestly, if I'm going to be able to use my bench boost, if somehow Dubravka and Guyu are going to be playing for their teams, I'm going to try to use my bench boost early. Then I didn't really thought too much about using my chips. I want to try to delay a little bit my wildcard. We're going to talk about this after the deadline, if you don't mind, because right now I really need to try to answer all the questions and yeah. Team locked in: Sanchez, Poro, Frimpong, Anderson, midfield: Salah, Wills, Palmer, Sarr, Reinders, Watkins, Pedro. Yeah, really nice team. Good luck, Rory. Really nice. 3 minutes. Put to bench for Larson, Anderson, or Reinders. Anderson, I think I would bench. Thank you, no problem. AK is fixed. Thank you so much. Williams or Milenkovic better? I think that Milenkovic is better, as you can see from my team. Lock in your team, guys, before the site crashes, because there is always that possibility. So my captain is Salah, my vice captain is Palmer. Okay, need to check that. I don't think that I'm going to do any more moves right now. Yeah, that's it, I think. No leaks yet. Let me make sure my team is safe. So yeah, I'm not going to leave any money in the bank. Okay, looks fine, right, guys? Now tell me, what would you change with 2 minutes till the deadline? Did you make any changes? This is my team. At the moment, probably I'm not going to make any changes. Malik, Virs plus Fulkrug, or Rogers plus Joao Pedro. Virs plus Fulkrug, I would say. I decided to take the risk and Captain Palmer. Good luck, Emery. I really wish you good luck, everyone. Siege Breed, thanks for the advice, Dennis. No problem. Thank you so much. Good luck, everyone. I'm still going to be here some minutes. Cells in green, side Gibrin, by Dubravka. I would not have Collins. I would have Nico Williams instead of Aina. I would not have Onana, Murphy. No, I would not have a lot of prayers from your team, but again, this is just my opinion. A pro FPL player has the same team as me, apart from he got Bruno and Rogers. I have Wirtz and Sarr. He got top 6 thousand last season. I mean, I'm not sure what is a pro FPL player. If that is a pro FPL player, I'm also a pro FPL player, guys. I finished 4K last season, so yeah, I'm better than your FPL pro player. Hi Dennis, hi Sean. Can I ask where are you from? I'm really bad with accents, so I can't tell how. Good luck for the season. I'm from Romania, and probably you can tell I'm not from the UK, sadly. Flash, any other suggestions to Reindeers? Dewsbury Hall, Anderson, Adingra. I think that we are locked in. Only change I would make is get a new beer can for my old one. Your team is so good, Dennis. Thank you. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Now let me just screenshot it here. Okay. We are locked in, so yeah. This was it. Must be locked in now. Yeah, I don't want to refresh it because it's going to... Yeah. No, it is not locked in. What? You can still make changes, guys, but be careful. Deadline passed for sure, so... Also, guys, I didn't forgot to mention in this stream, obviously, if you want to... if you're not join your if you didn't join my mini league, you have the link in my description. I'm going to have a prize for you. I'm not sure at the moment what's going to be, but again, join my FPL league. Follow me on X, on Twitter if you want, on Instagram. Good luck all, must be locked in now. Good luck everyone. If you're going, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. I'm still going to stay here for 15-20 minutes, something like that, to talk with you. And yeah, can still make changes on the app. Yeah, it's no, I think that now it's locked in. Yeah, you can't make changes anymore, right? Yeah, it's locked in. Let the pain begin. Let the pain begin. I'm really excited to see Liverpool playing tonight. So now we'll wait for the official lineup for Liverpool, I guess. Yeah, of course. I mean, probably no surprises there. Fresh Fielder, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Good luck, Dennis, back once again. Good luck to you all, guys. I wish you had you're going to have a nice weekend, a nice holiday. All the best, Dennis. Thank you so much. All the best, guys. Really appreciate it. 14 likes, amazing for the first stream. Yeah, I really appreciate your support. You were a lot on this stream today, and it really means a lot to me. So yeah, Mardarvili. I'm going to join the mini league quick. We'll be back soon. Yeah, let's move a little bit to Twitter. Opa. Tu-tu-ru-ru-ru. Tu-tu-ru-tu. Premier League is back. Good luck, everyone, and thank you, Dennis, for sharing your opinions. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Now we're going to stay a little bit to see if we get any news. Oh, I didn't forgot. I forgot to change the bench order with Esteve and Guyu. Hopefully, I'm not going to need them. Okay, it's game week 1. It's normal to make some mistakes, right? Good luck, Dennis. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Potential Difference. I wish you a great weekend. By the way, do you prefer Bowen or Fulcrook? Now, overall, as a pick, I prefer Bowen because I think that he's a better pick, but he's more expensive, so it really depends. Um, Bench boost gaming 1 for me. Fresh feeder. Good luck to you. Really nice. I wish I had also the guts to use my bench boost in gaming 1 because it's really nice to just get rid of it and then focus on your season. Premier League is back. I'm joining your league this season. Good luck, Dennis. See you soon. Stay healthy. Thank you so much, Crystal27. Thank you so much for joining the league. Really appreciated. To be honest with you, I didn't look so much at my bench order, so hopefully it's okay. So Richards, Marguyo, Esteve. Now, obviously, I would prefer to have Esteve as my second sub, not Guyu. But yeah, hopefully I'm not going to need them. Yeah, it is what it is. Now we can relax a little bit. This jersey from Liverpool is amazing. That's also why I wanted so much to order one because obviously if you know if you watch Premier League in 2008, 2007, 2010, you know the famous Adidas long sleeves like this. But to be honest with you, it's really hot with them. This stream was really hot with them in the summer at least. So again, but obviously I had to order the long sleeves for the vibes. Uh, yeah, it's good, but I prefer the away jersey. Yeah, who knows? Maybe at some point I will order also that one. Although they are a little bit expensive, so I don't know if I can afford them. Your prediction, Manchester United against Arsenal. Oh, that's a tough. I didn't thought about this prediction. I would say Arsenal are not going to lose. 2-1 for Arsenal, something like that. Although I could even see a draw there. Hardman is the Burnley 4 million defender with highest ceiling in gaming too. Probably, but I'm not sure if he doesn't have a little bit of risky minutes or something like that. Harmant is that defender, right? Who a lot of people were talking about his amazing attacking potential, if I'm not wrong. Kit of the year for sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a pretty much a replica and inspired. I mean, not a replica. It's inspired by that famous kit from 2010, and yeah, I really like it. But with the long sleeves, I it is a little bit hot right now. But yeah, feels good. Feels good to good stream, Dennis. Thanks. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Corcoran, really appreciated. Thank you all, guys, for joining the stream. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, hopefully we're going to see you on more streams. Also, what I'm thinking about doing this year, obviously, I put in a lot of content in this preseason, and I'm just I'm just not sure if I will have all the time, obviously, to post a video every day and a short every day. It's taking a lot of time, and trust me, it is a lot of work, and I'm not sure if I will be able to keep the rhythm. So if you know what I mean, obviously I want to post the content, but I'm not physically uh, able to do that, probably to maintain that rhythm for the entire season, because also I have a job and I need to go to work, and yeah, a lot of other stuff. So I'm really thinking about what can I do to try to be also consistent, but for me to not take so much time. I thought obviously about making maybe more streams in the week than just one deadline stream. Making more streams, it's a little bit more easier to just stream, and obviously maybe to make some more shorter videos. I mean, not shorts, but videos who are a little bit shorter than 20-30 minutes. Maybe those are a little bit too heavy. Good stream, thank you. Great stream, Dennis. Thanks for the suggestion. Thank you so much, Harlotsville, for your support. Also, guys, leave a like on your way out. I'm going to stay here for 10-15 minutes, something like that. And I think that I'm going to leave also. But thanks a lot for your support. It was amazing for today. Now, what I'm a little bit not certain is about reindeers. For sure. Hopefully, I didn't let myself blinded by obviously a lot of FOMO, a lot of vibes about reindeers. Hopefully, it's going to be in the team. If it's going to start, that's fine. If not, maybe I made a mistake there. I'm not sure right now, but again, probably not all my players are going to be amazing for the start of the season. So we need to see. If you have any other questions now, maybe not non-FPL related, I can answer. Obviously, we have the time. Many times those 10-15 minutes videos are more useful than the 30 minutes. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know that not a lot of people have the time to do them. No, I was talking about, obviously, for me to make a 30 minutes video, obviously I make a lot of mistakes talking in English because I'm not native or something like that. So it really takes a lot of time for me to make those. And again, probably not everyone has the time to watch them. And yeah, I will think about making maybe shorter videos for everyone to be able to watch them, and also to try for me to uh, free my schedule a little bit, because yeah, I want to post consistently and I don't want this hobby, let's say like that, to drain me of all my energy. That would be the point. If I was jobless, or if I didn't have any other job, then for sure I would just post FPL videos every day, although that is also like a job and it's really tough to maintain and to be consistent. But right now I'm not sure if I can keep the rhythm like I posted in these last 2 weeks. I posted like crazy, a lot of videos. I tried a lot. Obviously, I'm happy that I can do them, but yeah, you need to think also about your health at the end of the day. So yeah. So it's good to hear also some input from you guys, because obviously I do this content, these videos, I try to do them for you, to be useful for you, to try to help you. So it really helps me if you give me opinions about what you would like to see, maybe captaincy decisions. I don't know. There is a lot of content on YouTube about FPL. Let's be honest. And yeah, hi Spidey. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm not sure. Sorry if I mistaken you, but if you're new on the stream, good to see you here, and really happy that you joined. Really appreciate it. Where are you from? Hi Hassan. I'm from Romania, but probably you can tell I'm not from the UK. Sadly, so my English is not that amazing, but I'm trying my best. If you're interested about how my team was, this was my team before the deadline. I'm going to leave it here for now until we get some information. Uh, yeah, I'm new. Okay, Spidey. So thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Welcome. Firstly, what do you mean sadly? I mean not sadly, but sadly in the matter that my English is not that nice. It's not sounding like being native or something like that. Now, obviously, I'm not. I'm proud to be uh, Romanian. I think that there aren't a lot of other content creators, despite those, a lot of them from United Kingdom, obviously. Oh, I like the team. I actually went no Haaland or Salah. Lol. That's amazing. I made also yesterday a video about a draft with no with without both of them, obviously, and it could work out. Now, obviously, it is a risk attached to that decision, but pretty much you can have every player you want, right? Without Haaland and without Salah. I saw that when I made that draft. I support Liverpool too. You never walk alone. Really nice. I got the new jersey. I had to. The long sleeves Adidas just is just legendary. Oh, I like the team. So good luck, Spidey. Good luck, Hassan. Good luck, everyone. This game week. Hopefully, I'm going to see you some other streams, maybe on this channel. If you enjoy the content, yeah, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Um, your English is very good. Thank you so much, Jeremy Baker. Yeah, my English, I suppose it is good, but my accent is not right there. Now, obviously, I can't have the accent of a British guy, but yeah, hopefully you can understand. That's the most important thing is that you guys can understand my decisions, my talking, my rambling. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, Eliker. I want to see if we get some early. So, okay, we have we have the teams already. Where is it? Where is it? I lost it. I lost it. Okay. Okay, we're just going to search Liverpool and bring on the team. What I saw is that. Whoa. Oh, okay. I thought that this was a picture. So Allison, Van Dijk, Konate, Kirkes, and Frimpong. No surprises here. Soboslai, McAllister, Wirtz. No surprises again, and Ekitike, Gakpo, Salah. Really, no surprises about the Liverpool lineup. I was 100% sure this was going to be the lineup because Gravenberg obviously was injured. So, yeah, no surprises here. Thoughts on Ismail Assar? I think that he's a really underrated pick, and I think that he's a great pick. And I don't regret not having him, but I think that he's going to be great, Hassan, uh, for in this season at 6.5 million. I think that he's great value, and a lot of people overlooked him because he missed a lot of chances in the last part of the season, and also I had him in my team that time, but he's a great pick. Yeah, there is no changes from Liverpool. My team: Sels, Dubravka, Milenkovic, Munoz, De Kuiper, Diouf. Really nice defense. Also Dorgu. So Dorgu rotates really nice with Diouf. Milenkovic, Munoz, De Kuiper, really nice. Bruno Palmer, Saka, Reinders, Wirtz, Strand Larsen, Watkins, Mateta. Now, what I would have done, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you don't mind the punts, going with someone like Frimpong for the first few fixtures would be nice. If you don't have Salah, if you don't have Haaland, probably you had the money to do that. But again, your team looks great. And also Strand Larsen, Watkins, Mateta, really nice starting 11. Now, obviously, Strand Larsen and Mateta with tough fixtures for Game Week 1, but we're not picking our teams just for Game Week 1, right? So, again, overall, a really strong team. Butters is a powerhouse. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but SpyKicks, thank you so much for joining the stream and really appreciate it. And yeah, 18 people. Okay, so a lot of people are coming into the stream probably right now. Perfect lineup. Can't wait from Gravenberg. Yeah, Gravenberg was really missed in the Community Shield against Crystal Palace, but pretty much this is the strongest lineup for Liverpool at the moment. Bearing obviously Bradley, Robertson, Isak when he's going to sign. Guardiola is out, as I said before. So good luck everyone this season. I think that yeah, not playing Strand Larsen first match, but I think Mateta could get a few points versus Chelsea. Yeah, obviously I think that he's going to be on penalty, so a solid pick, Mateta. Going all out. Wow, condolences to Bournemouth. I mean, it's the first game week of the season at Anfield after the tragic incident, obviously, to what happened to Diogo Jota. Now, obviously, it doesn't really matter if Liverpool are going to win or not. It is still tragic, but obviously they are going to go full force. In Game Week 1, they want to win. Is the Premier League. So, yeah. Hopefully we're going to see some goals because I have Wirtz and Mohamed Salah into my team. So yeah, not playing Stranlers. Okay, thoughts on Donnarumma to go to City when they already bought Trafford? That's a really interesting move because the thing Luis Enrique didn't want Donnarumma playing for PSG. So they didn't offer him a new contract extension because his footwork, not footwork, he's playing with the foot is not amazing, and I see it a little bit hilarious that Manchester City, when we know that Pep Guardiola really likes a goalkeeper who really can play with both legs to pass really nice, is going to buy Donnarumma, who is not really good at that. Probably, I don't know, I would say that this is mostly the last season for Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. But yeah, I find it a little bit as a funny thing for them to buy Donnarumma when they pretty much are playing with their goalkeeper, in defense. As a Liverpool fan, do you worry about conceding goals with an attacking defense? I mean, as long as we will win the game, I don't worry about that. But for sure, we need some backup in defense, and that's why we also signed Leoni from Parma. Probably they are going to sign also Guehi. We don't have a lot of backups. We have Joe Gomez and some Reece Williams. And if Konate, who is also a lot of the time getting injured, yeah, I think that Bradley, Robertson are still going to play a big part this season in Liverpool. Maybe more than a lot of people are giving them credit to. Robertson is going to play some games. Bradley is going to play some games. So yeah. Are you also doing a watch party? Spidey, probably not today because I started this stream for 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'm a little bit tired, but you gave me a good idea. Maybe I should try to do some watch parties sometimes. But today I feel a little bit tired. I want to relax a little bit to have a cold drink on my couch, watch the Liverpool game. So yeah, today no, but maybe in the future for sure. City have to wait Ederson to go to Galatasaray. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, if Ederson is going to go, Donnarumma is going to came in probably. So yeah, 19 people's on the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Definitely for a big game. Enjoy the game, Dennis. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. We are 22 people at the moment on the stream. I find it a little bit hard to leave you here, but I think that I'm going to need to do that. Leave a like also on your way out. If you're new here, check my content, check my socials in the description. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. If you want to be, if you enjoy the content, obviously, and if you want to support the channel, it really means a lot. But I think that I'm going to leave you here. Also, let's try to get to 50 likes. That would be amazing for the first stream of Fantasy Premier League. Yeah, let's hope Salah gets some hat-trick, maybe, haha. Yeah, hopefully Wirtz is going to get also something. That would be amazing. And yeah, hopefully a lot of people are going to not buy him, but again. Have a nice weekend, guys. Thank you again for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. You are cool, bro. All the best. Thank you so much, Hassan. Really appreciate that you turned into the stream. Hopefully, I'm going to see you again sometime. Who knows? And I wish you all a great weekend, great holiday, whatever you're on. And yeah, good luck in FPL also this season. See you next time. Bye.